Hey, Alex Gold. Hey, I really like the 4 points later.
I mean,
whatever
my
that was.
goodness. It was just point after point after point after
47,
point.
I think, or 77.
Was it 44 to 30 or something like that, right? It was 44 to 30, so 74 points today. Crushed the over at 41 and a half.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I mean, you were, right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was just scoring all over the place. And you look at it, can the Chiefs score 40 this weekend against the – no, I don't
They
think
don't
so
need
either.
to,
No,
though.
you're right. They don't. No, they don't. They
now
don't
when
need
they
to.
play the Titans and the Raiders?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
You know, you have a bad hole in golf, and then your next tee shot is just absolutely just kaboomed, right? Like you hear the guy like, man, that looked like there was some frustration on that. There was.
Yes.
Let that frustration be against the Titans and the Raiders. Have the smarts and the consistency and the knowledge to beat the other teams, because if you don't, we're all spending Christmas together.
Yeah, we really are. And
no pun intended, because we will.
Yeah, we will. Absolutely. An Arrowhead either way. But here's the thing for me. Like, I would love this team to come out and, like, play some just, like, backyard football. You know, just go out there and just be aggressive, be assertive, be something different that you haven't been all season long. And I think they've got the opportunity and the ability to come out and play that style of ball. But will they come out and play that style of ball? And, you know, I just don't know, man, with the backup tackles in there. And they kind of went through the explanation of that yesterday. And that, look, they're the coaches. They're paid a lot of money to figure this thing out. Who the hell are we to say, you know, they're doing it wrong? And what do we know about it? They like the matchups or whatever they said yesterday. But I just think you want to come out and you just want to punch the Texans in the face right away. Like, I think for me, I'm tired of let's just let the team go down the field and score 7 points right at the beginning of the game like they've always done. How about a defensive stand on the first series, right? Don't let C.J. Stroud march down the field and give your team a lead, because, you know, that's not good with where this team is right now. It's hard to overcome these leads. And so go out there and just play some backyard football, have some fun, beat the snot out of somebody, and win a football game, man. Assert your will in this one.
Yeah. So we watched, I think we all watched the game last night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing else really on. So it was entertaining. Cowboys, Lions win. We told you yesterday that was kind of one of those games that you would kind of think of as like a appetizer at towards what will happen Sunday night. Both teams kind of in similar situations. I don't know how many times, but timeout. We all watched it. Shoddy? Did you guys hear Shoddy all night?
Shoddy? Yeah, that's the nickname for Schottenheimer.
We got to say it 50 times.
I mean, that's.
3 times on one down.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just
Shoddy
the way it
really
goes.
wants to do something here, and Shoddy this week has really talked about how they want to do this with Shoddy's offense. I mean, okay, Kirk, we got it.
You hear baseball all the time with all of that kind of nonsense, right?
I mean,
Moose, Haas, you know, we get all it. Baseball's got all the nicknames all the time. So moving on to football, right?
Like the thing
Shoddy's easier to say than Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
too.
it was like a melody in my head. So
I really hate you.
Shoddy like a melody in my head.
We all got it. Don't into it. God.
That's really good on his part. I'm mad I didn't think of that myself.
Yeah.
But see, what's different is if you said Brian, nobody really knows who that
but I mean,
is.
even with
His dad was Marty.
Yeah, but even with like Moose and Haas, we'd still be like, Hodgmer here. You know, it wasn't ever just like always just Haas, or Moose. It was like Mustakis every once in a while.
You throw it in.
Yeah, last night it was just Shoddy.
Yeah, because Schottenheimer's hard to say.
It felt like me watching a game with a friend who calls them by their first name.
Bruce.
Let's go, Travis.
Yeah.
Big play for you, Patrick. You don't know him. Anyways,
Yes, they do. They do not know that they don't know him.
Well,
I told you, people know these guys. They don't know that they know them, but they know them.
That season ticket holder knows these guys.
And by God, if they lose,
he's walking out.
Somebody's got to pay for this.
Yeah, that guy's going to storm out of the upper deck. Did he come back yesterday, or did we run him off?
So,
I mean, did we get rid of him?
He just added juice to that fire.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, but here they know him and they love him. I mean, my friend's mother went through Patrick's trash when he was, first year. So I mean, these people are nuts.
Woo!
What?
Yikes!
Oh yeah, when Patrick first moved here, that first year they were living over there on that. Remember when Channel 9?
And this pisses me off about you because know he does this. He does these setups and then it makes sense. You're like, my mom went through Patrick Mahomes is trash.
No, my mom did not.
Oh, no, who'd you
my
say?
friend's
Your
mother.
friend's mother,
She's
yeah.
dead now, but yes, she did. It was.
And then it'll be like, well, it's because.
No, there's no because she was
She
a
just did
hoarder.
it.
She's a hoarder and was just saw Patrick Mahomes' house on the news and wanted to go and see what was in his trash and did.
Catch up,
and went through his went through his trash. And I remember my friend telling me, she goes, my mom went to Mahomes' house and went through his trash because he would put it out for the. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? And she was a big hoarder. There's but I mean that's sicko level
That's
right
next
there.
level,
Like
yeah.
that's next level crazy. But I'm sure others have done it, man. With the way that people have
for
acted,
sure.
over these guys for these years and,
I heard
whatnot.
horror stories at
Going back to the Royals days in 14 and 15. I mean, fans do some weird things, man. So I'm going to probably guess she wasn't the only one rummaging through Mahomes' trash.
Somebody broke into his house.
Yeah, I mean, right? Yeah.
But anyways, last night they have that game, and you kind of see the entire game. They keep throwing you the graphic, right? And they talk about it very, very well and educationally before the game about if they win, this is the percentage. They lose, this is the percentage. You look at what happens with Chiefs Texans. This is one of those games where you saw those teams last night. I thought it was everybody on the field gave it a very great effort, but one George Pickens, because what pisses you off more? A bump in the road, like performance, like it was like back when they played Indianapolis and they're still in the playoffs, but like they would play Indianapolis and like randomly lose a game, right?
Yeah.
Or like when you play a team like Dallas and then the next week they just look flat.
Yeah, that pisses you off.
Like
yeah.
where was that George Pickens on Thanksgiving Day?
Exactly.
The one that was in Pittsburgh for all those years. And last night, deep out over the middle, Dak throws a dime. Pickens is just like,
not going to go for that one. I'm good.
Yeah, and then poor CeeDee Lamb, dude, we saw the hands.
Yeah,
that was bad. He looked like he was fine, but there was that little second where I'm like, oh, that looked like the Tua injury.
But you're right. I mean, it goes back to last week, and you're like, where was that effort last week by the Dallas Cowboys? But also, too, again, it goes to show you everybody just plays the Chiefs like it's their Super Bowl. And Dallas knew what they were doing. Look, man, 57 million people watched that game. They knew they were on a big stage and were going to be on that big stage. And so you put your best foot forward. How many people are going to watch that Thursday night game?
40?
No, last night.
Yeah,
no. The Amazon gets about 15 million a game for that. So you're talking about 40 million less than what we saw in Dallas.
I bet that's the most watched Thursday night football game ever.
Yeah, it's probably about 15 million. I mean, you start to look at the numbers for the streaming over the years, and Amazon's numbers. They're about 12 to 15 million on that. I don't know. I mean, how many people have it? It is you got to pay
Dallas
for it.
was a market.
Yeah,
so they're there.
They're there.
Detroit was a market, so they get it.
Yeah,
and then everybody else. Yeah, you're right.
You got to stream. It's not on free TV, so that's why the numbers are always a little bit lower. But even still, I mean, you get 15 million people to stream an NFL game on a Thursday night. That's a pretty damn good number. But it's not the number that they pulled on Thanksgiving Day.
No.
And so these guys know they're playing in front of the biggest audience in the history of the NFL in the regular season, guys. That was a number that was bigger than AFC and NFC championship games, okay? And so they knew they were going to be on the big stage. Play big on the big stage, man. Everybody's watching. These guys aren't stupid. They know what's going on. I'm going to play big on CBS, and then the next week I'll take it off a little bit,
And we should have known that the Lions were going to win. Should have hammered the Lions.
Yep, we should have.
15 straight wins for the Lions after following a loss.
Yeah, they've been 1-1-1-1-1-1. Yeah, so next week they'll lose is probably what we're saying. So bet against the Lions next week. But
that screams like good stuff for Campbell to me.
Does their schedule get harder or does it get easier? Because there's like certain teams now where like these teams play each other. Now, obviously they're in the same division. Or like somebody's schedule is just like a powder cakewalk. Or other people are like, have you seen the Chargers schedule the final 4 weeks? So I didn't know what the Lions schedule was because their chances, I mean, they're now in they're still not in, but they're like in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, absolutely. Their chances are exponentially better than it was if they would have lost that game.
They're the first call to get the reserve.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're the first one out, and if somebody doesn't want their thing, then you get it.
You ever done that for a flight, like where you can
stand by?
Yeah.
I have.
I kind of want to do it just for the thrill.
Yeah,
but anxiety's not good for me.
It's not good for me either. But usually when I fly, it's like I've got to get somewhere. The only time I'll do it is like if I get to the airport early and there's an earlier flight. But with the service at KCI, you're barely lucky to get anywhere.
Do you really save much money on doing it that way?
Oh, I've never done it like that. No,
because I think some people do it because it's cheaper.
Well, because
you're gambling.
But you have to have now you have to have like a friend that works for the airline to set you up with that. You just can't show up and do standby.
That's the only reason
913-586-7965. Who works at an airline at MCI?
Yeah. But those also too, you get there, and a lot of the airline employees will tell you get bumped a lot, and so you're like, all right, missed that flight, then that flight. Now, if you're flying out of a legitimate airport that can get you places, unlike here now, where you get to Norfolk on a Saturday, you can can go standby and do that. Just kind of get bumped to the next one. I
kind of want that thrill.
You do, but
but I
you always
don't.
think about I'm going somewhere and I need to get where I'm going and I want to get where I'm going. That's why I'm going there. I don't want to. I maybe when I'm retired, it's something that I would consider doing or something of that nature if I had the opportunity. But not now when I'm trying to maximize all that time. But no, and then I'd be afraid I wouldn't get on. Then you go home and you're like, I missed that, so that sucks. But what were we talking about?
The Lions schedule.
Oh, the Lions schedule, yeah.
They've got the Rams, Steelers, Vikings, Bears. 3 of those are away.
Oh, Rams, Steelers, Vikings, Bears.
That should cut. Yeah. Oh my. That last game could be interesting.
Oh, for sure. It'll have a lot of implications too. Lions at Chicago.
Yeah.
For that NFC North division.
What's Green Bay's schedule while you're on the fly?
Yeah.
Because the Lions play you said the Rams next in L.A.?
In L.A., yeah. Meanwhile, the Packers got Denver at Denver next week.
Okay.
Or excuse me, they host Chicago this week, then at Denver, then they'll host Chicago, or then they'll go to Chicago, and then they host the Ravens, and they go to Minnesota.
There's your double dip.
Yeah, that's a double dip. Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I'm not
like Green Bay, Chicago, one of the biggest we get it in 3 weeks.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. That's
Milk that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The NFC North's going to be fun. The Final Four.
But see, then you have that. It's going to be a lot of fun watching these games take place. But you know what's not going to be a lot of fun if we lose on Sunday and we're not part of this, right? And so, to me, that's what it all comes down to for the rest of the year. I'd like to get excited by these teams, but you know what? If the Chiefs lose on Sunday, it's going to be hard to care what the rest of the league is doing, knowing that we're not part of that party, And it's been a while since we haven't been part of that party. I want to be part of that party, so get out there and play some backyard football, beat somebody up and tickle tonsils, and use something with what are the Richard Grabbers? Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah.
It's that or a liquor raccoon.
And now we got a liquor seal.
You know how you were telling me about phones listen?
Yeah.
So I had lunch with my stepdad yesterday because we went out and celebrated my mom's birthday for her passing or whatever. And we sit down, and I was like, "Did you hear Bob's drop there?" And he goes, "No." He's like, "We got really busy. I had to put the headset on. He works for Blue Cross Blue Shield." And he's like, "I had to put the headset on, so I couldn't listen." Alexa, quiet.
Right.
And he was like, it's like he had this drop called Liquor Raccoon. And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Oh, there's this raccoon that got drunk at a liquor store." Dude, I kid you not. He goes home an hour later, sends me a text. He goes, "Just saw the story about the raccoon. That guy had a day."
Yeah, but see that everybody was talking about the damn raccoon, right?
It popped up on your algorithm.
And then we just saw the seal getting drunk at a bar in Florida. I'm sure
it was next to the porcelain god. It looked like he might have had too much.
He had too much.
Not the seal that sings "Kissed by a Rose."
No, this was like an animal seal. So that thing was puking in the corner.
Kissed by a
that
Rose.
one. Yeah, definitely.
Take that one there, music guy.
Kissed by a rose. Nah, you can't do it. But big day for us here in Kansas City. Big day for the world, man. It's a big day. Big day.
I'm glad Bob said that because he said, "I want to be invited to the party." Well, whether you like it or not, Kansas City, the party is coming, and it starts today. We'll explain how massive of a day today is for your city here in Kansas City. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Liquor Raccoon.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health are saying, hey, it is time to call us because it is the holidays, and the holidays are meant to be joyful. But if you're a man dealing with erectile dysfunction, the season of love and joy can be tough on you. And if ED is putting a strain on your relationship, this is the year to turn things around. Show your partner you care by giving the gift of treating your ED and restoring your relationship. Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. At Heartland Men's Health, they're successfully treating men, and they're ready for you. So call Heartland Men's Health and give your partner the best gift this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now. Use Radio MO. Place your first bet of $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Open to new users in Missouri who are 21 or older. First wager after registration must qualify and win, and bonus bets expire 30 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
Thanks for calling the Holiday Gift Line from the Missouri Lottery. If you still have presents to buy, don't panic. Missouri Lottery Holiday Scratchers and Draw Games are perfect for everyone on your list 18 and over. And you don't even need a gift receipt. Happy holiday gifting from the Missouri Lottery. Play responsibly.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai. Or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai. Or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Missouri, it's finally here. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live. DraftKings is giving all customers a can't-miss offer for this Sunday's Kansas City game versus Houston. Double your money if Kansas City gains just 1 yard. That's right. If Kansas City moves the ball even 1 yard, you double your money up to $100. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you're in the action. Fast, safe, secure, and all from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKKFNZ. All customers can opt in today and double their money if Kansas City gains just 1 yard in Sunday's matchup. That's code PICKKFNZ in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One single use odds boost per customer. Market boosted to plus 100 odds. Max bet $50. Expires at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, December 7th. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You guys like that new promo? He's a hoe. That guy's an idiot. He's been punched in the face.
I
whatever
love
he
it.
said.
Yeah, I think it's great.
First, I was like, how the hell did Sean Smith get a hold of our promotional sweepers? That's great. Happy Friday, Red Friday, Chiefs Texans Sunday night on the NBC. You'll get Stop It. Chris Collinsworth, Mike Tirico on the call. We'll get into that and as well. Today is the draft for the World Cup.
Yeah, big day. Big day, man. Like, this is one of the biggest days that we're ever going to experience as a city. I mean, we're going to find out today which countries are coming to Kansas City to play and which countries will be based in Kansas City as well for the base camp. And you know, you hear the kind of the rumblings and whatnot. And I think Kansas City thinks they can get 2, potentially 3 teams to be based here in Kansas City. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, because they'll have a pool here, and then there'll be 2 other pools that will play here as well in those games for knockout stage. So you get like first round, then you'll get 1 game or maybe 2 games in the next round. So it should be fun starting in June. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's knocking at the front. I know Christmas is less than 3 weeks away, but by God, the World Cup is 5 months away, and it's the equivalent of what they say 8 Super Bowls in a city.
Yeah, something like that. Like each city is going to have like 8 Super Bowls
and
going
you've been
on.
To multiple cities that have hosted Super Bowls, and you know what that's like.
It's
we
crazy.
were just in New Orleans, and we saw what New Orleans looked like.
Right.
I can only imagine what it normally looks like, as opposed to sprinkling a Super Bowl on top of it. You think of what Kansas City normally looks like. Okay, you know, throw a World Cup on it where there's 4 different countries coming to your city, which should be fun.
Yeah, and then also, too, you get the countries that are going to play here, and then you get the countries that are going to be based here. And so what's different about that is the fans who, like, say, let's just say France gets based here, right? So everybody who's from France will come and stay here in Kansas City, and then if France doesn't play here and they go play to L.A., they'll leave here and go to L.A. and follow their team around, and then they come back here to the base camp and kind of hang out with their team until the next game. I don't know how people afford something like this. Obviously, it's very expensive when you start to think about it and all the travel and whatnot that has to take place. But, I mean, this is the first time really ever that we're going to have ourselves on a stage like this. And we'll probably never have a stage like this again for our town to show how great we are. And that's why it's important to make sure, you know, everything is good. Everything is ready to go. All the debris is gone. It looks clean and all that kind of stuff. Because people are going to make impressions of Kansas City, and you don't want to hear people talking about Kansas City not being a great place, and they won't have that impression because the folks that we have in charge here that take care of everything are going to do an unbelievable job. But I'm really, really excited. I'm not a soccer fan at all, but I'm an event fan. I'm a fan of Kansas City, obviously, and I want to see, you know, who we're getting and when they're coming and all of this kind of stuff. Like today at 10:30, man, it's going to be exciting for a lot of us to see what Kansas City is going to get and where the other teams are going to go as well.
I'd like to know who was up first today, Andy Reid or Kathy Nelson.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid, we know every day, gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning, drives one Arrowhead Drive, and Kathy Nelson today probably didn't go to bed last night.
Probably not, yeah.
Here is some audio, and we can react to it.
Do you think Andy Reid's missing something here? Does he need a little inspiration? It's almost like they've just run out of ideas or something. Maybe having so many limitations this week, they'll somehow come up with something crazy like the Andy Reid of old. I feel like we haven't been seeing that. Even though we've been seeing prime Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if we've been seeing prime Andy Reid.
I'll tell you what. Andy Reid can just watch this show. I will tell Andy Reid what he needs to do to win this game. He doesn't need Matt Nagy. He doesn't need a big staff. I'll keep it very simple for Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Run the damn ball. And run it from under center. And don't do your shotgun runs. Don't do your RPOs. Get underneath center and run the damn ball.
They must have been listening to us for the last couple of weeks, right?
Sounds weird. Sounds quite similar.
Why doesn't Andy do that? Like, it seems so simple for all of us on the outside, right? I mean, that's not our opinion. That's another national opinion. But I do believe there are people in the building that have the same opinion as well, as to run the damn football. I wonder why Andy doesn't run the football like he should in these games. When you know what your limitations are and you know what can help your team out, it's almost just like, I'm just not going to do it, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it my way, like Frank Sinatra once said. And when that's working, that's fine. But when it's not working, you have to be willing to change. And I hope Andy is willing to change in this game against the Houston Texans because they need it.
I look at it as a habit. like a bad habit you can't kick.
Yeah.
Right? Why do smokers continue to smoke?
It's
right?
a habit.
There's ads.
Yeah.
There's people that tell you these are bad for you. There's going to kill you. You can go watch Bill and Ted's Tubular Adventure, the second one where they pass the Grim Reaper and the guy has a cigarette in the store. He goes, "See you soon."
Yeah.
And he immediately throws it down and kills it. Random pull there. But I think it's almost like a bad habit. Like you've had something that's been true and proven in Patrick Mahomes and the abilities of what you can do, and no one's really ever stopped what you've done, at least in the last 8 years. Yeah,
Right.
you've had blimps where you've not had a good offense. That's because you had a poor supporting cast and Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, and all this. But for some reason, Bob, it worked. You went to the Super Bowl and you won the Super Bowl. And you've gotten by with not having to run because you've had that vice. You've had the bottle, right? You've had the dart. You've had whatever it is that you're always going to, even though somebody tells you that, maybe you should stop doing that. Like, hey, maybe fast food's why you're not losing weight. Yeah, but man, that McChicken's really good on a Friday at 11. I know it is, but like maybe the salad's good too.
Yeah.
Well, everybody tells me that. Well, then start doing it.
My buddy Joe told me yesterday, speaking of that, he goes, I hate the taste of healthy food. I love the taste of fast food, right?
Because your brain is used to that,
endorphin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think the endorphin for Andy is I have belief and trust that I know that I have 15 plays that can get me what I need to get on 2 runs in 1 play.
Yeah.
And it's been proven and it's been done. And it's like, hey, I know you don't want to do this, but maybe you should do this.
Yeah.
And running the ball against this defensive line is going to be the way you succeed. And I don't think, like we joked earlier, can the Chiefs score 40 in this game against the Houston Texans? They don't need to, because I don't trust that CJ Stroud can lead this team at Arrowhead on a Sunday night game in the climate that it is in, right? And we'll talk to Ron Hughley later on today in the show as well, from Houston and also Kansas City, if you remember, obviously, the show. But I think that's a huge advantage, is that you're telling your offense, hopefully, hey, guys, we don't need to be the heroes in this game. We just need to stick to, the nuts and bolts. Let's run the ball, let's maintain possession, and let's keep the ball in 15 hand, right? Like, let's just let Patrick Mahomes, conduct this game. And if you can run the ball and you can do it under center like they did against the Colts, again, it took you 5 quarters to score 23 points, but you won and you controlled the entire game. Like, you had the ball for possession for almost 50 minutes of that game.
You got to get into the end zone if you're going to control it that long, too, not just field goals.
And I think the one advantage you might have on defense is that C.J. Stroud will give you pressure, where you might not have to always, create pressure, which is what everybody wants to see. They want to see Chris Jones get to the quarterback. They want to see Karlaftis get to the quarterback. C.J. Stroud will give you opportunities to have that pressure on a table. Like, it'll be like, hey, here, I'm going to move up in the pocket when I shouldn't, or I'm going to move out to my right where you're going to bait me to do that, and I'm going to do it. Like, C.J. Stroud will do that. And that's an advantage that you have. Dak Prescott is one of those quarterbacks that's good against the pressure. C.J. Stroud is not. So you have an advantage there. On their defensive line, the advantage you have there is you can create your own yardage if you'll run the ball, because they're going to have their ears pinned back all day. They are going to rush 4. They're going to drop 8. And they're going to drop 8. Do it until they finally believe that they can't do that. And the way you do that is you use your 2-headed monster, which is what you created and what you brought back in Pacheco and Kareem Hunt.
Well, and you use the smoking analogy, and I do always kind of like those analogies of smoking and dieting. They're kind of 2 of my favorite things to kind of talk about, because if you've ever gone to a smoker or somebody that's needed to lose weight and told them to quit smoking or lose weight, what do they tell you? They tell you, up yours. No, or up yours, or I know, whatever.
You're right, I know.
You're right, but see, I don't do that anymore. I have friends that I know need to get to the gym or need to quit smoking, but I don't tell them that anymore, because I know how I was when I needed to lose weight. My mother could tell me, my wife could tell me, the kids could tell you, you didn't do it until you were ready to do it, until you realized that, oh my God, I've got to lose weight, or I got to quit smoking. That's when you do, or quit drinking, whatever the habit is. That's when you realize you need to do it, when you realize you need to do it. And then you take that first step. And so a lot of times people will have, interventions and all that kind of stuff to try to convince their friends they need to do this kind of stuff. But sometimes people just realize it on their own. And you hope that's with Andy Reid. All of a sudden he realizes on his own that it is time to run the football, because Matt Nagy can't tell him. Patrick Mahomes can't tell him. He's got to be the guy that eventually says, I want to run the football. And I was playing around with Chat GPT yesterday, right?
Good.
And every once in a while I just like to poke in, like, give me some sports radio topics on the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And they do a pretty good job of coming up with some topics. And one they had about Andy Reid really kind of takes the nature of this conversation to the next level. And one of the topics they came up with about Andy Reid says this: Reed cares more about creativity than efficiency on offense. And it's really hard to argue that right now. It's really hard to argue that Andy Reid doesn't play that game and that he cares more about creativity than efficiency on offense. Because if he did care about efficiency on offense and making sure you were moving the ball and matriculating it down the field, we would see a different game plan. And we've heard over the years they love the wow, they love the sexy, they love the big play. But sometimes you don't need to have the big play. You want the big play. It looks good, and it's more exciting. But you know what else is more exciting? Winning games. And right now, the big, sexy play, the way that they've been doing it, hasn't been working. And so when I saw Reed cares more about creativity than efficiency on offense, I kind of chuckled and laughed. I go, that's kind of what it feels like right now. Instead of being efficient on offense and getting 3-4 yards per play, they're trying to go for the whole thing every single time. And it's not working right now because every team knows that's what they're going to try to do.
To go back to the analogy of like the smoker or the weight loss thing where you try to tell people, I think the hardest part for you to continue to do something that you know you should be doing is to see the results of you doing something well. And it takes a little bit of time, right? Like your first week, you're like, oh, wow, I lost 4 pounds. Like, okay, but
that's
like,
great.
Right? And then it's like, okay, well, like now what have you done over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks? You feel better, you look better, you're changing, you're starting to get used to it. Same with smoking. Like first week, it's hell. Like, oh God, I just really want that dart. I really want it.
Right.
And after about 2 weeks, you're like, I don't really want it as much. And then you might try it and you're like, oh, throw that away. Same thing with the run game. Like, do it twice and get 7 yards. Don't be like, well, we didn't get a first down, I'm not going to go back to it. It's like, no. Trust the process and continue to do it, and you will see the results.
Right.
So
and
keep doing it. Like, even if it is 10-0 Texans, run the ball.
Right, run the ball.
Still run the ball. It's okay. Like, yes, you're going to have, like, a time where it's going to be like, well, that didn't work out, or, you know, that failed. Okay, yeah, but it's not about immediate. It's about the long term.
Yes.
And that's what you've got to do when you run the ball with the Chiefs this week.
And it goes back to the weight loss analogy as well. As I told you before, I subscribe to Arnold's newsletter every day, and it comes, and it's always like reality. And there's always a part of, we know you get busy during the day, but give yourself 20 minutes to do something. Do a little movement here. Do a little movement there. Just do something little. Replace, one carb on your plate with a vegetable or whatever. Just do little steps. And that's exactly what you're saying with Andy Reid. It's going to take baby steps. And then Arnold always talks about, you see a little bit of progress, and a little progress adds up to big progress. And his message yesterday, to kind of bring this all back full circle, was like, everybody gains like a pound in December. That's the average weight gain for everybody in the United States is 1 pound. Everybody thinks you gain all this weight in December. Arnold says, no, everybody gains 1 pound in December. The problem is we never lose that pound, and it compounds over the years. So every year of gaining 1 pound in December, 40 years later, you've put on 40 pounds. You're like, where'd that come from? I'm only up a pound from a year ago, but it's compounded. And that's where Andy and this team needs to kind of go with what we're looking at right now with this offense, is that you've got to run the ball, and then it will compound itself, and you'll start to see success. And once you start to see success, you'll be like, oh, here we go. This is great. And then you get that motivation to keep going. It's like the weight loss thing, too. You lose those 5 pounds, you're like, whoa, I'm seeing the results. The only way you see the results, though, is if you stick with it. And you can't just run the ball 2 times under center and say, there, we did it. That doesn't count. That's not doing it. You've got to really commit to it and see the successes of it. And if they do, maybe it'll be more in their repertoire than what we've seen in years past.
And then the best part's when people notice.
Yes, it is. And then they start to crowd the line of scrimmage. Now you've got 8 in the box, and boom, you can go up over the top. And it's like losing 30 pounds and going to the bar the first time, and now all of a sudden you can hit on an 8, 9, or a 10 as opposed to a 2, 3, or a 4. That's exactly right.
Today's a big day in Kansas City as the draw for the World Cup begins today. We've known that this is going to be here for about a year now. I think last year was when they did the Kansas City announcement. So
was it last year or was it even further back? I can't remember anymore.
Either way, it's been quite the time. And I want to give this the analogy that I think a lot of us have probably known. And I think some of us obviously in life are more fortunate than others, but I think this is one that kind of a lot of people can relate to. And maybe it's not the same area, but it's like a trip to Disney World, right? Very expensive trip. You know it's going to be expensive, but you got to prepare for it. But when normally it happens is, now there are some that are really fortunate that's like, hey, here's a puzzle, solve it. And it says, you're going to Disneyland today. You're like,
pack your bags.
Let's roll. We got to be on the airplane in, a matter of, time. So that's where I want to start this, because I think that's where the World Cup is today. You've been told that this is happening. And after about, the 24 hours of, oh my God, we're going to Disney World. We're going to go to Disney World. Then it's like, yeah, but we're going to go next year. So just be ready. And then all of a sudden, your mind's distracted with life and you don't realize it. And then all of a sudden it's like 6 months away and, the parents are, starting to budget a little bit more. Like, hey, we're going to have, we're going to go to 3 different parks. It's going to be this much money. And the kids are still like, man, it's forever until we go to Disney World. And then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and your next day is boarding a flight on Southwest Airlines. You're flying to Orlando to go to Disney World, right? And it's here. And then you don't realize it. And then you get out and you go to the park and there's Cinderella's castle. And you're like, oh my God, this is what you always see. This is what we've always been told about. This is a spectacular event of what we're here of. And the excitement is there. That is exactly what is happening today. And we've been told the World Cup is coming. We've seen projects being built around the city. We've heard about plans. I mean, even in the summit, hotels going up, event spaces going up. Everything around the city is changing.
Every road getting paved around town. That's not happening without the World Cup. Maybe they'll come do the Odyssey parking lot.
And today is one of those days where they're going to draw. And there's 2 different levels of excitement for, the United States and then to bring it down into like a microcosm of what the city is for us. And that is, where's the United States going to play?
Yeah.
And then what countries are coming to your city to play in the World Cup? You find all that out today. And for most of the people, the ball will really start to be rolling because we are 5 months away. 5 months away from the World Cup being played on the world stage. And part of it in the first part is going to be played in our backyard.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing. And I think now that we're starting to kind of see like, oh my God, this is here. And we hear the stories of like, this is like 8 Super Bowls in your city if you're hosting a World Cup. It's going to be massive. You're going to see all the tourists that come in. You're going to see all the money that comes in. And you're going to see what it's like for an event like this. And I consider myself a B-lister of a soccer fan. Like, I root for Manchester United.
I get up on Saturday and Sunday and I'll watch
Premier
EPL.
League. Yeah, you get up and you'll watch it. I played FIFA. That's the only reason why I really got into soccer. The World Cup is something I will watch mostly every game that I can, that I have the availability to. If it's on, I'm watching. I don't care if it's, South Africa versus the Ivory Coast, or if it's Spain versus, Argentina, whatever it may be. Who's going to be the group of death? Who's going to be the United States' home city? And who are the 4 countries that are going to come play in Kansas City? It's all happening today, and you're going to find out because you're going to see flights starting to add. You're going to see people starting to book flights. You're going to start walking down the street or driving down 470 and looking to your left going, oh, my God, there's a hotel. I didn't know that was there.
Or all the welcome signs that are going to come
100%.
popping up, and you're going to start seeing welcome, whatever countries are coming here. And I don't know if I'm weird in this nature, but I honestly, the thing that I'm thinking most about today is who's coming here, and then Team USA is like your dessert on top, and we'll kind of see, ultimately where they end up. But I'm excited to find out who's coming to Kansas City and what countries are going to be based here, and how many, people from all these other countries we're going to have coming to Kansas City, because I think it's going to be great. It's going to be such a multicultural, just absolute awesomeness that's going to be in our town like we've never seen before. We're going to hear so many different languages and so many different foods and all kinds of great things that we're going to get to experience once we find out, what countries are coming here and all of that. So that's why today's a big day for me. And, oh, yeah, by the way, the United States is in as well. And so we'll find out, kind of where they're going to go and whatnot. But, I mean, this is the biggest sporting event in the world. This is bigger than the Olympics. This is bigger than Super Bowls. This is bigger than anything that we have ever seen. And we're so fortunate because of folks like, Kathy Nelson and Pam Kramer, who's running the World Cup committee, that we get these events here. And when our folks take over events, they do an unbelievable job. And we couldn't have better people in charge than Kathy and Pam in this. They are 2 dynamic, people that have an opportunity to really put Kansas City on the stage in a great way. And they will. I mean, their leadership has been unbelievable throughout all of this. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see these teams, man. It's going to be a fun day. And you're headed down to Power and Light to kind of partake in some of this later on.
Yeah, Kramer and I'll be down there shooting some videos for the IG. Don't forget, you can head over in real-time reaction to our Instagram channel with Rob Britton for the final draw. It'll be Rob and Scott Parks.
There you go.
That's Bob's guy there. A lot of our guy there. We'll be doing an Instagram live talking about Team USA and their group, plus the teams who could be playing in Kansas City. So 10:30, you want to be ready. Because I asked you guys the question, maybe a text line, you want to participate in this as well, 913-586-7965. Are you more intrigued to know where the United States is going to play in the first round? Or are you more intrigued of what 4 countries are coming into your backyard?
That's the second one for me. I'm more intrigued by that because they're going to be based here. And I hope we get teams that are based here that are winners. I hope we don't get like some, like Iceland or something like that. It's going to get knocked out, and then we lose our fans and all that kind of stuff. So I hope it's teams that are based here that are winners, and they're going to be around for a while, because that's good for the economy. And if you own a business in this town, you've got to market your business. The World Cup is not an automatic just open your door and people are going to show up. People thought that for the draft. They didn't do any advertising, they didn't do any business, and they blame everybody else. And so if you have a business and you're thinking, how do I market this thing? You can call us here at Odyssey. We'll take care of everything for you. But I'm being serious about that. If you have a business during the World Cup and you're not marketing your business, don't sit there and bitch after it's over that you didn't see any residuals for it. It's on you to market your business, to tell people why they should be coming into your store. People aren't just going to show up and go, oh, the World Cup's here, so I'm going to walk into Bill's Saloon or whatever the hell it is. You've got to tell people why and do all that kind of stuff. The other thing that's interesting in all of this that I just found out today, the games here will be played in Kansas City Stadium. Do you know where Kansas City Stadium is? Oh, yeah, that's the one we call Arrowhead. No stadium will have its name. Every stadium that is branded will be called the city that it's in stadium, except for Dallas, which is a big kerfuffle night right now down there because they're calling it Dallas Stadium.
Never heard of that.
Kerfuffle?
Never.
Oh, it's a good word. But they're down in Dallas complaining because they're calling it Dallas Stadium and it's in Arlington.
I've had that kerfuffle fries before.
Oh, that's truffle fries, yes.
Not a huge fan.
No,
it's overpowering.
It's fine.
Like,
it's
people do the truffle popcorn. I'm like, have you ever been to like Prime Social?
Yes.
They'll do that as like a little appetizer in the bowl. I'm like,
it's fine. It's fine. I'm with you.
Yeah,
it's all right.
It's overpowering. Mac, more excited for Team USA's location or more excited about what 4 countries come to Kansas City?
Yeah, man. Here, give me Spain, give me Germany. I'm pumped. I mean, obviously, I'm.
God, if we get Spain, Germany, and France based here, good Lord, we'll be living on the hog.
I know that I'm hard. Give me Brazil.
Brazil would be a good one.
My couch is open, ladies.
Yeah. Are you going to apply for that job that I put in the rundown where you can be a house husband now in Argentina? Where is it that I saw? Somewhere in Europe, the population of women is 15% more than men, and so they're hiring house husbands from all over the world. I put that in the doc. You didn't see it,
you
Mac?
say applied for it?
Yeah, have you applied?
Oh, I did put that in there.
Yeah, I'm already out there.
You already out there?
Yeah, I've already put myself resume as a Manny.
Yeah.
Because that's what Kim Kardashian needed. She goes, I just want a Manny, someone that'll take care of my kids and me at the same time and don't have to worry about anything else.
I'll do that in a heartbeat. I have no problem doing that. I told my wife, I said, you go get a job where I can be the Manny, go for it.
Yeah. I'm excited today, man.
Yeah.
I really am. It feels like...
It feels different and big.
Yeah, huge. And, loaded show today. We'll have Mitch Holtis, as always, at 7:15. We'll have Ron Hughley from 610 Houston. The show, back on this show. We'll have Sean Smith and Jillian Carroll all on the show today.
So excited to talk to Jillian today.
You talk about somebody that's juiced up.
Oh, yeah.
JC's ready, man.
This is big.
This is her Christmas, New Year, 40th, all that, all in one birthday, right?
Yeah.
In one thing there. So,
and she's great at what she does, too. We couldn't have anybody better on than Jillian, man.
She's actually going to be part of the big people down there doing all the announcements and keeping everybody entertained at the live block.
So it says on Fox Sports, I just got an email, 11 a.m. Central is when they're going to announce the draw today.
Yeah, 10:30 is like kind of when it starts.
Yeah,
like
the coverage.
They start putting paint in the balls to kind of rig the draft.
Yeah, right.
The United States is going to play in New York City. Oh, shocker. No
If
kidding.
the United States isn't in L.A. or New York, I'll be stunned.
Yeah, somebody said, is it good or bad if the United States plays in Kansas City? I said, it's got to be good.
Well,
right?
why wouldn't it be good?
Yeah,
it'd be great. Anything is good. Like, there's no bad. There really is no bad. It's great, man. No matter who we get, it's going to be unbelievable.
No doubt. Coming up on the other side, a date for a major event has been set. Not World Cup, but a big date for a big time here in Kansas City on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVIN.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As you've likely figured out, I can get pretty fired up. Whether it's lab diamond ripoffs, bogus sales and financing offers, or paint-by-number jewelry sold as custom, I'm pretty passionate about protecting my client family from predatory jewelers. This is Gene at House of Diamonds, and when I say client family, I really do mean family. At House of Diamonds, we have clients who have watched our kids grow from diapers to dormitories. My family and I are personally in the store every day. We go to school and church here. Our kids play sports here. We look our clients in the eye, not in their bank accounts. Our relationships are based on trust and respect, not ad gimmicks and false promises. No fake custom jewelry, no bogus sales and financing offers, and absolutely no lab diamond ripoffs. Everything at House of Diamonds is real. Me, my family, our team, our passion, and hopefully soon you. House of Diamonds on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now, we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
Join us live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri with us and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, Blue Parkway westbound, heavy approaching Noland. A good mile back up there. 71 northbound, still rolling from 75th to Gregory. Otherwise, things moving pretty well all around the metro. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Big day for soccer. Division I Final Four for women's soccer playing today at Children's Mercy. Or not Children's Mercy,
CPKC Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, man. Soccer capital of America. I know St. Louis likes to call themselves that, but they're not. It's here in Kansas City, and so we got the big draw that's coming up today, obviously for the World Cup. And yeah, you're right. The women's Final Four is here in Kansas City, too. They just continue to bring great events to our town. Keep it up.
Somebody kind of on the same level as us. 0% chance Kansas City lands any of these countries. LOL, we'll get Northern Ireland, Iran, and Peru. There's a chance.
Hey, so what? You know,
in the world, and that's the thing, man. It's somebody was talking to me yesterday. We were having a couple suds with the buds yesterday, is what we call it on Thursdays, and we were talking about justifiable. You know, you have like almost a guilty pleasure for those of you that enjoy milestone moments. Like the World Cup will probably never come back in our lifetime.
Not the men. We could get the women's in 31, and we should. We have a women's only soccer stadium here, right?
For sure. And you have a big soccer representation here.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of my friends have children that are old enough to understand what's going on, like 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. And they're like, man, I really want to go because I may never get another opportunity again to see the Men's World Cup in like my backyard.
Right.
I don't care who plays.
That's exactly right. Yes.
And then there's some people that say, well, I don't know if I can justify, you know, it's like DoorDash, right? You know you're going to get charged over. It's like, can you justify buying a burger and fries for $25 when you know it's only like $15 if you go?
Right.
It's like, can I justifiably tell myself I'm going to pay X amount of dollars to go watch the World Cup because it is the World Cup? And that's just kind of like a conversation you have to have with your own self. Like, do you want to take advantage of this or do you not? I know it's like very hard to get tickets, or it will be. But I think if you have the opportunity and you have the resources to do so, take full advantage.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, too, I know a lot of people are going to be renting their houses out this year and making money off of that. I've heard some stories about people who have already done the VRBOs and the amount of money, you know, that is coming into Kansas City and some of these countries that are funneling a lot of dough in here, you know, for VRBOs and houses and all of that kind of stuff. But maybe you look at it this year, you know, as your World Cup, and I think we're kind of doing this as our summer vacation this year and taking that money that you would normally spend to go out of town on summer vacation this year. Maybe you redirect those funds and you use that to say, I'm going to stay in Kansas City this year and I'm going to go to a World Cup game. And you use that money that you normally would have used for flights and hotels out of town to stay here in Kansas City and do kind of like a staycation and be able to afford to go to one of these World Cup games. Because I don't know what the price point, Dusty, honestly, is going to be. I don't even know how to get tickets to something like this.
Same.
I'm not a ticket office. You know, some people have asked. I don't know. We're all in this thing together. There's no freebies lying around or anything like that. So maybe you look at it this year saying, you know what, we're having a once-in-a-lifetime event in our town. Instead of going to Gulf Shores, instead of going to Disney, instead of going to Colorado, instead of going wherever you want to go this summer, maybe you just say, I'm going to use that money here, and I'm going to try to take my family to a World Cup game and experience something at Kansas City Stadium like we've never experienced before.
No doubt. World Cup coming in June. Not the only thing that could be happening in June.
Yeah.
The power couple in Kansas City, as we referenced Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Rumor mills have said, according to Page 6.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah. June 13th. That's the date.
Yes. You think there would be a 13 in it, obviously, for Taylor Swift.
Is that also a Saturday?
I would hope it is. I think it is,
Could you imagine like a billionaire couple like getting married on a Friday to save some money?
Let me look. I mean, let's see. Let's see. June 13th is a Saturday. Second Saturday in June. So that's why we had to move Dancing with the Stars up a week. It wasn't for World Cup. It was for the Travis and Taylor wedding. That is going to take place in Rhode Island, they say, is where it's going to take place. Who from the Chiefs are in the bridal party? Like Mahomes is in it, right?
Oh, like in his groomsmen?
Well, yeah, the whole bridal party. Like maybe Brittany's part of the bridal party with Taylor, and Patrick's part of the groomsmen. Do you see any? Oh, I know who's going to be. Who's that guy, that tight end that he likes that used to play here? No.
Oh, yeah, Blake Bell?
No.
The guy that was at the football game with him?
Yeah, that guy.
Mill Valley or whatever it was?
Yeah, what's that guy's name? He'll be in the bridal party, but he used to play tight end here for a hot minute. It's not Bob Tanyan. It's not Noah Gray.
Still here.
Jared
Wiley.
It'll come to the text line here in a second. Max, nowhere to be found. He may have ate something bad last night, dude. I'm not kidding.
Dude, he's bad. Both ends.
We're not an hour in, and it's been onto the restroom a lot for that gentleman this
Somebody
morning.
bring Max some Alka-Seltzer,
No,
Tums, Pepto?
Imodium AD.
Yeah, we need some Imodium AD for mid-major Mac.
Yeah.
Because he needs to be focused for Mitch's question coming up in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You better be ready.
You got to be ready. We got
the holiday party tonight.
I know. I don't know how he's going to make it.
Who's getting kicked out? Where's Carrington?
Yeah. Carrington kicked out of the holiday party, but I think ultimately it goes back to, I think Patrick's in the wedding. I think Andy's got to have some role, doesn't he? I mean,
he's got to be the ring bearer.
He's got to do something because he claims he
Ross
made
Travis.
this thing. Ross Travis, that's it.
Thank you,
yes.
913.
Thank you very much. But you look at Andy. He claims, guys, to have a real impact in making this thing happen. So maybe he reads something at the wedding, or maybe he does a speech, and at the end he says, "All right, Travis and Taylor, time's yours." How great would that be if Andy did something like that at the wedding?
You got to think best man's obviously Jason.
Got to be.
And then Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then probably Ross Travis, and then probably some boys from Cincinnati that he's always been friends with.
Right.
No, Garrett Teeter will not be involved in this wedding. Hers, it's crazy. Hers will be star-studded.
Oh, it'd be star-studded, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole wedding party will be star-studded. Probably be a private. No one will know when what time they do it. It'll just happen.
Oh, there'll be drones all over the place, I'm sure, or something like that, There he is. He's back.
Hey, we have the text line trying to help you out. We got some Imodium on the way.
Imodium on the way.
Oh, if we can get
Actually, I have Imodium in my bag. I'm not kidding. I do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene.
It's okay. You got bad guts.
Yeah, it's just not feeling good. I'm sorry.
I think I do have some Imodium. I'll look here when we go to break.
That would be awesome.
I usually carry everything. I have a medicine chest in my bag.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Of course, we're here for you.
Yeah.
We're like Fox 4. Somebody says, I think we forget how much the girl has control over these decisions. Yeah, but I mean, there's one decision that the groom has, and that's hey, how many bridesmaids do you have? 7? Okay, that's a lot, but hey, I gotta find 7 dudes. 7 dudes to do this. Right.
No, the group. If your bride
Butch Davis going to be one of the.
Oh, he should, right?
He'll be there. I don't know if he'll be a groomsman.
Yeah, he needs to be there.
Ed Kelsey.
Ed Kelsey would be there. Yeah, he's got to give a speech.
He should be
Donna
the one
will be there.
He should be the what do they call the chaplain? Or,
yeah,
whatever the guy that marries him.
And I'll tell you, Travis, I'm certified as a minister. I'll do it for $500. You fly me out there. I'll do the whole service for you. It will be beautiful and it will be wonderful. It'll be the top-notch service. So if you need a minister for a wedding, I am available. You can DM us here at the station, text us. I'll do it for $500.
What
Travis.
if it was Mitch? Gentlemen, it's now time to gargle the nectars of the couple. Touchdown, Kelsey's. Zeusess.
Yeah. Oh, it would be good. We'll ask Mitch about that.
Travis, stay focused. Stay focused, Travis. She looks beautiful. I know.
Yeah.
We know this all too well. Okay, that's the only one.
Do you think they do a first dance to one of her songs?
No, it'll be somebody that they respect. It'll be I don't know who it'll be. Mac, sorry you're having the scoots. It's the worst from the 913. Mine is bad this morning too, Mac. And I also have a Christmas party to attend as well. Good luck to the both of us.
BBL stinky. Yeah, once you take that Imodium AD, brother, you will not be running down to that can again, I promise you.
Loaded show.
For a couple of days.
Coming up on the other side. Full circle moment. Where it started, will it end? Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers #2 are doing something that is just outstanding. All right, parents, you're listening right right now. This is where I need your help, and I'm talking about, like, let's go right now. You can have an opportunity through the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 to get a $20,000 enrichment grant towards your school. And you know what? It's the largest they've ever done at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, a $20,000 enrichment grant going towards upgrades and technology. No strings attached. All you have to do is nominate your school at helpmymocanschool.com. Go to helpmymocanschool.com and apply for the $20,000 enrichment grant going towards upgrades and technology. And like I said, no strings attached. So I know parents out there, your schools need stuff. Get to that website now at helpmymocanschool.com and apply for that $20,000 grant with no strings attached. And if you want to work for the Sheet Metal Workers and change your career or find something different to do, you can do that as well. They start at $24.55 an hour, and you get family health coverage at no cost to the employee. So there you go. Get with it. Local Number 2 gives back to the community. Help them give back at helpmymocanschool.com. A $20,000 enrichment grant to a school from the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Missouri, it's happening. FanDuel Sportsbook is live and ready to roll in the Show Me State, and they're celebrating with a little something for everyone. All this week, every customer gets a no-sweat bet every day. That's right. No matter what you're betting on, if it doesn't hit, you'll get bonus bets back to keep the action going. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or whatever you're into, you can bet it all on the app that's safe, secure, and built for every kind of fan. The interface is quick and the payouts are fast, and the experience, top tier. So download FanDuel or visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel Sportsbook, now live in Missouri. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Opt-in required each day. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $20. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Johnny Rinse tonight, and I need it more. My kid was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. The sweat in that short smells like a dog park. I'm Downy Rinse tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Nugget Bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 35 northbound gets heavy at the Broadway merge and stays pretty slow up past Penway with a stalled at one point blocking the right lane. 71 northbound, so rolling into downtown from 18th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Bob got his 15-year promotion. He's been waiting on forever.
How many years did you say?
15-year promotion.
15-year promotion.
You got a jacket hook finally.
I did, finally. Look at that. My jacket's hanging up on that hook back there. Can you see
Or
it?
did you use all your Odyssey cash at the end of the month to buy a hook?
That's what it was, I think.
Yeah.
I just noticed this hook was there. I'm like, let me hang my coat up on this hook.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
You got your Maloney's cup next to your Maloney's hook.
Yeah.
On a Maloney Friday.
Hey, Rob, if you're listening, seriously, though, Mac needs Imodium. If somebody could drop that off here at the station, be great. I thought I had some in my bag. I didn't. I do have mucus relief. Will that help you? It dries you out.
His new name is Eli's Fescoe.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
You want a wild stat, Mac?
Yeah.
You like stats?
Yeah, that'll help me.
LeBron's 18-year streak of scoring 10 or more points is over.
Yeah.
Here's
He's
one.
pissed.
Some guy bet $15,000 to win $577. Lost. The last time LeBron James didn't score 10 or more points, you ready for this?
LeBron James.
The iPhone didn't exist.
That's right.
Instagram didn't exist.
Nope.
Harry Potter series wasn't finished.
Wow.
Kevin Durant wasn't even in the league. And Nick Saban had just left the Miami Dolphins.
That's crazy. 2007 is the last time LeBron James didn't score 10 points in a game. 1,800 games or something like that. The all-time record, and it's not even close. And after the game, they asked him about it. He goes, I'm just happy we won. You could tell he was pissed. He checked himself back in the last 5.5 minutes of that game to try to get a shot, and never did really get a shot off in the last 5.5 minutes, and had one blocked or whatever it was. And so I saw that this morning, and I'm like, that's a remarkable stat. Like a remarkable feat or something of that nature, that guy has scored double-digit points in every game since 2007.
KD now the active longest streak holder. You have to get 10 points for 82 games straight for 10 years straight.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's like at 247 or something like that.
What's more impressive, Tiger's active streak of not missing the cut or LeBron James 2007 since not
LeBron, I think. I don't
Jr.'s
know.
games or LeBron James?
Cal's, because you got to be healthy and play. You know,
Same.
Yeah, but LeBron's missed games, right?
Yeah.
But so he in the games that he's played, Cal had to play in every one of those games. Like you couldn't load management, you couldn't take a day off, any of that kind of stuff. And 162 baseball games a year times 20 years, that's a lot, man. So now that Cal Ripken streak is the most impressive thing in sports.
This comes from the World Cup conversation that we had earlier, and we'll have it again because we'll have Jillian Carroll on the show at 9:15. I'm from Tampa and witnessed World Cup playing games in 2011, and the amount of people that were there was insane. The event will send Casey's hidden gems and service industries through the roof. There is no bad outcome from this. It will spill over for years.
Good. That's awesome, man. Yeah, because people will come here. They'll see it on TV. It's the best advertisement we can have for our city, man. It's cool. It's an international ad for Kansas City.
So, speaking of something that's had a spill effect for years, that's been this Kansas City Chiefs dynasty. And when did it all begin for a lot of people that it was here, that it had arrived? I'll cut you the time. It's a Houston Texans game, Mahomes versus Deshaun, coming from behind 24-0.
Yeah.
Right? And scoring all those touchdowns, running out of fireworks in the first half, doing everything, because what was always the negative of Chiefs fans? We always get there, and then we crumble, right? It's like we get to the playoffs. You went through the Marty years. You went through the Vermeil years. You had the 1 year with Herm, and then you had the down years. And then Andy Reid comes, and it's Indianapolis. Get a big falter. Pittsburgh Steelers don't score a touchdown, beat you with field goals. Boswell in the league, lose. Marcus Mariota, Derek Johnson, Darrelle Revis off the face. Mariota catches it, fumble, fizzled out. Then all of a sudden, Mahomes, the offense, it looks great. Tom Brady, gosh. And then here we go again. We're back in the playoffs. It's in Arrowhead. It's Houston. They're good. Deshaun's one of the quarterbacks that, people might have wanted over Mahomes.
Yep.
And it starts. And you tell yourself, here it happens again. They get to the playoffs, and they lose. And they win the game. And they do it in heroic fashion. And the dynasty begins. And you win against Tennessee. And you win against the Niners. And you win the Super Bowl. And then miss. And then you go back and, you obviously lose to Tampa. Then you miss his playoffs.
Right.
Then you go back and you win, and you go back. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, my God, this team's won 3 Super Bowls and 5 times they've been there. Mahomes is, that guy, and this team is now here. And anytime Mahomes has the ball, or if the Chiefs are down by, 4 points with 13 seconds or 3 points with 13 seconds left, they win the game, or some sort of heroic thing happens against Philadelphia in the Super Bowl, the run. It all started with the belief of many in that Houston Texans game.
Yep.
And now that belief comes back full circle against the Houston Texans in what seems like a playoff game against a different quarterback, obviously, and a different head coach and different team. But it's like, Where is that belief now? Is that belief starting to change where it's like they don't stand a chance? I know Mahomes is the quarterback, where for the last 8 years, it's been, I don't care what anybody says, 15's the quarterback. This team's got a chance. Still has a chance to make the playoffs. Got to win this game.
Got to win this game.
Got to win out, we think. And you got to win this game. But it's kind of crazy how the sports world will work, where the belief, I believe, started with that win over Houston, where it's like, okay, Mahomes is just that guy. He goes into this God mode and nobody can stop it, and we're always going to have a chance. We're always going to come from behind because we have Patrick Mahomes. And then now it's, okay, Mahomes had some issues this year. Andy Reid maybe been caught up too. And here's Houston, new team, defensive line versus a battered offensive line. Do you have that belief still that as long as Mahomes is there, as long as Andy Reid is there, and as long as you're in that Arrowhead crowd, this team should be productive and should be coming out on top?
Well, I think you have to have that belief until they tell us that belief isn't there anymore. And it's wavering this year. There's no question about it. Mahomes and Andy Reid right now don't automatically equal a victory like it did leading up until this season. Right now, a modified Mahomes, a modified Reid could equal victory over the Houston Texans very easily, in this game. And so that's interesting to bring up because, it could be a full circle moment where the dynasty began to where this portion of the dynasty has been paused for a second, and it will be paused for a second if they lose, to the Houston Texans, because they will be out of the playoffs at that point in time. And, I know people will start to say, oh, they're still mathematically alive and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, save the Herm Edwards slip into the playoffs. The mathematically alive stuff normally doesn't come to fruition. You've got to take care of your own business. Oh, it was the end of 06, beginning of 07. Yeah,
where they just got blanked by Indianapolis.
They got destroyed in that game, and it wasn't. I mean, nobody even really remembers.
Is that when Larry Johnson was getting 45 handoffs a game?
Yeah,
That's all they had.
Yeah, that was it. They never should have been in the playoffs that year, but everything happened at the end, and they made it in. You're like, oh, okay, this is magical that this happened like that. But it could be a full circle moment. I hope it's not a full circle moment. I hope it's one of these moments where the Chiefs look at it and go, all right, it's time to nut up. It's time to go out there and bludgeon this team and play some backyard football and punch somebody in the face and tickle their tonsils. I mean, that's what they need to do. Can they do that? We'll find out, man. More about people's character in times of being down than in times of being up. And we'll see a true test of the character of this entire organization on Sunday night against the Houston Texans.
And it's funny you say full circle as well, because you could take the 07 year where you're like, they snuck in. You were like, well, we made it. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Whereas this year, it's like, oh my God, we made it. We're in. We have a chance now. Because I think this year, the way the AFC can shape out, not saying that you're going to, go on this miraculous run, but you'd have to think that the talent field and in the playoffs, New England hasn't been there with this organization. Denver went last year, got beat the snot out of by Buffalo.
Right.
Jacksonville, you think if you could play them again, you might have a better chance.
Absolutely.
And then you'd have one of the Pittsburgh or Baltimore might win that division with 9 wins.
Right. And that's why it's just get in, right?
Yeah.
But do they have
before,
enough to get in?
Oh, we got in. Cool. Awesome. We're a playoff team. Whatever. Right. And then it's 42-7 and you lose. Whereas now it's if they can just get in.
Right. If they get in on that 7 seed and they have to go on the road, so what? They've proven they can go on the road and win playoff games. And I'll tell you this, if they get in as the 7th seed and they've got to go on the road, there's not going to be anybody that's excited to welcome Patrick Mahomes to town. Whoever the 2 seed is right now in the AFC, whoever that happens to be, whether it's Jacksonville, whether it's Denver, whether it's, I think it is Denver right now. You think the Denver Broncos want to see Patrick Mahomes rolling in for a playoff game?
I think they do, but I think it goes back to that Tiger Woods documentary. I want a shot at Red Tiger on Sunday.
Yeah.
The F you do. Okay, well, if you do, then be ready.
You got it, because it may be coming for you.
I hope. Imodium to 7000 Squibb Road for Mac Maury. Coming up next, stay focused. Dusty. Mitch Holtis joins the show here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I love hearing great stories about my friends over at Park & Go, and Dusty's sister used Park & Go the other day and said, man, what an amazing experience with Park & Go, how easy it was and how fast that she got to the terminal. And that's what I tell people all the time. Everybody who uses Park & Go has that same reaction. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how awesome these folks really are. You pull into your covered parking spot and they meet you with the van right away. You're not standing at a bus stop hoping somebody shows up. At Park and Go, they get to you as soon as you pull into that covered parking spot and take you right to the airport terminal. And you're there in no time at all. And then after you get back from your flight, grab your bags, walk outside, and jump on that bus. It's waiting for you, and it's going to take you right back to the trunk of your car that's been covered the entire time you're gone. And that's the beauty of Park and Go. All covered parking, unbelievable customer service, and you're going to save money when you prepay at bookparkandgo.com. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99 now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Nick, what are you doing?
Well, Adam, Thanksgiving is over, so it's officially time for the holidays.
And it's time for our Legacy Box Cyber Monday sale. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions.
That's right. It's our best sale of the year. Right now, when you go to LegacyBox.com, you can save an unreal 65% on your Legacy Box.
And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film reels, and photos for as low as $27, saving you hundreds.
Hurry, our best sale of the year won't last long. Visit LegacyBox.com for an unreal 65% off during our Cyber Week sale. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Shop our Cyber Week sale now at LegacyBox.com/value to take 65% off. Buy your Legacy Box today and send in when you're ready. LegacyBox.com/value.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 35 northbound, moving better. Earlier problem around Penway has cleared, and those delays have unwound, so now things look good. Trip from Olathe to downtown, 20 minutes. Missouri side, heading 71 northbound, still rolling from 75th to Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
He's been the voice of Chiefs Kingdom since 1994.
Damian Williams, 20, stays in bounds, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, Damian Williams runs to immortality.
Here's Mitch Holtis on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, here we go. Back on Fescoe and Dusty. Dusty Likens, Mac Morey with you on 96.5 The Fan. We'll be joined by Mitch Holtis shortly. It is brought to you by GEHA and Silverstein Eye Centers. GEHA, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated, also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. So we sent the kid home, Bob.
Yeah, we did. It was time for Mac to go home, and I will say as his father that he's going to have to start adjusting the way he eats, I guess, Dusty, and starting to look into different ways to get nutrition into his system if things are starting to cause him a tummy ache at this age. That is your first sign of going out there and getting old. And so, Mac, welcome to the old man side of things, and best of luck as you kind of head home and do your thing, and hopefully you're a little bit better today so we can get you out to that holiday party that is taking place tonight here, the Odyssey holiday party. But yeah, we'll talk with Mitch Holtis coming up in a second as soon as Dusty gets him on the phone. And I can't wait to hear what Mitch has to say about this game, because it is the biggest game, the most important game that we've seen in the regular season with these guys ever, because this is it. This is the line of demarcation. Are you going to continue this dynasty? Are you going to continue this run to the postseason? Are you going to continue to be one of the top teams in the National Football League? Or is it going to take a step back this year and force some regrouping to take place this season and to move forward and to do something, maybe that you probably haven't done before, and that's take the offseason to kind of reassess every single thing in the organization from top down? Because if they don't end up winning this game and not making it into the postseason, you really do have to look and see what's been going on with this organization, where they can make changes, and we may see more wholesale changes than we've ever truly seen before in this situation, in this offseason, if they end up not winning and making it in to the postseason.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend is ready to go. Mitch Holtis joins us now here on 96.5 The Fan. Mitch, Mac's out with an injury. It's Bob and I, so welcome to a Red Friday edition with the biggest game of the year on the line.
That means Bob is Jalen Moore, and you, Dusty, are Wanye Morris?
Or Caliendo, if you looked at me shirtless.
Okay, Caliendo, we'll go with that one. Now, we're still going to do this. We can't just miss a week. We got to play this game.
Right.
So Mac Mid-Major Morey is not here, the biggest game of the year, and he's sick. Okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we got? We have a proxy guess. Who is the mid-major this week, beginning with M, that I'm thinking of? Last week, Mac got it. What's the guess this week?
I'll do it this week. I'll be Bob.
I'll say McNeese State.
Wrong. Not the McNeese State Cowboys. Dusty knew this. He tried to get into this school and he got denied. The Mercer Bears.
Oh, Mercer. Okay, I was going to go with Mid-American Nazarene.
Well, they're not quite Division I yet. They might be by next week. Yeah. But the Mercer Bears. And, Bob, you know how big Mercer is.
Huge.
Huge in the SoCon.
Yep.
That's SoCon sports to you.
It's huge, brother. It is the biggest school in that SoCon conference with all the other schools that I don't know.
It changes every week, too, so
it does.
None of us know.
It does. Hey, before we get into the Chiefs, are you excited about Colin Klein at K-State? Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, but no discussion or opinion will be without talking about Chris Kleiman.
Yep.
Chris Kleiman was a unicorn who had to replace a unicorn. Chris Kleiman is a brilliant football coach, brilliant. In fact, he ran a lot of the same stuff that we ran. I kidded him, like, did you steal our iPad? I remember going to his first game, and I just watched his sideline. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wasn't watching the game as much as I was watching the sideline, organization, formations, substitutions. I go, oh, my God, this is like Coach Reed. And so he won, but he won in a way that he's also a great dude, great person. And so K-Staters everywhere need to figure out a way to get him in their Hall of Fame, because for the 7 years he was there, what he did, how he did, but guys, the time in which he did it, he had to navigate the NIL. He had to deal with Big 12 expansion or contraction. He had to deal with a lot of stuff that a lesser coach, K-State, could have wilted. You might be like Oklahoma State now and starting over. But Chris Kleiman did a remarkable job. I am excited about Colin. I've known Colin a long time. I think he's the fact that he went to A&M was good for him. But he's got big shoes to fill, just like Kleiman had big shoes to fill when he came in.
You know, I saw a tweet from our friend John Kurtz, who covers K-State, and he had a great way to kind of sum up the Chris Kleiman era in Manhattan. And he said he was the guy that we needed to show us we could win a conference championship without Bill Snyder. And I read that. I'm like, that's a great way to look at it, to show that somebody else besides Bill Snyder could win in Manhattan. That was so important for, I think, the Chris Kleiman era.
Absolutely. And that's a great statement. But the fact that, and then the job he did this year, you guys realize that K-State's year and the Chiefs' year has been exactly parallel. They both had to start playing a game outside of the U.S. in a big game. This wasn't K-State didn't play Army in Ireland. It would have been better if they would have. But the fact that they had this tight, close game, they did not have a bye week the week after. That's on them. They had to figure out some way. They played the next week, and it was clunky, and they had and then they didn't have any. Then they play Army, and if you've got any kind of wart, Army's going to exploit that. And then they had to play on a short week and go to Arizona. They were 1-3 before they could blink, and it was like, God, they scheduled themselves out of a season. But then Kleiman was able to keep the train on the track and rally to get 5 wins in the next 8 to go to 6-6. The fact that you rallied to get to 6-6 is almost as good a coaching job as it was when he won the Big 12.
Mitch, big game on Sunday, and I got to think my attention goes towards the defense in this one, because we know what Houston's defense is. We know what Patrick Mahomes can be when his back's against the wall. What's this defense going to be with this game on Sunday with C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Willie Marks, and Nick Chubb back there?
There is such a responsibility on Spags, and he and I talked about it yesterday, and I've talked about it with some of the guys this week. There's such a responsibility on this defense to carry the day. And this year has been so up and down, like pistons in an engine, like, oh, special teams was good against Dallas. Ariza downs punts at the 10, 3 and the 4. You should get 10 points out of that. Well, you get none because the defense struggled. And Pat had a great game with a 129 quarterback rating and 4 touchdowns and no picks, and you lose. But then there's other games where we've had red zone turnovers and special teams has cost again. So this week, though, it's really on the Chiefs defense to have an exceptional game. And a big part of it, you guys, and this is stating the obvious. If any defensive coordinator would ask Santa Claus for 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, Santa, here's what I want for Christmas. Give me 3rd and 8 because I can do all kinds of stuff. And that has become now a bit of an albatross down in distance. The Chiefs have got to get off the field. So I asked Nick Bolton this week, what is it going to take? If you get Stroud at 3rd and 8, what are you going to do to get him off the field and gain some field position at the least?
You're getting opportunities at 3rd and long and a chance to get teams off the field. From here on, starting with the Texan game, how do you get teams off the field on 3rd and long specifically?
Yeah, we just got to make sure the rushing and the coverage working together. It's either one of the two things. Either the rushing wasn't working well or the coverage wasn't working well. I just got to be in unison, everybody working together, getting the job done, and then making the tackles before the sticks. There's not really no magical formula other than going out there and executing the game plan at a high level, and we should do that this week.
There's 3 things there. One, it's like it's almost like a microcosm of the whole team. When one thing's up, the other thing is down, and that's why Coach Reed said it's so close. It's just close. If you hit it all at the same time, you could be a force. Well, it's always coverage and pressure together. But he also said something at the end of that where he said, tackle them short of the sticks. Tackle them short of the sticks. So all three areas have been deficient because they're in this goes all the way back to the preseason. Way too many third and favorable down and distances that ends up being a big play or a first down. Look at the Denver game, 3rd and 15 at their own 21. Look at the Charger game in Brazil. You got 3rd and forever, and Herbert runs for 25 yards because your containment is not there. It's just been that all the way through the season. This is a good week to get it to stop, and not only good, it's necessary.
Yeah.
Because the Houston defense is so good, you're going to have to scrape to get to 20 points. But your defense has to be the leader of the day in this game.
Why do you think it has been the way it's been on 3rd and long? I mean, a lot of people are using, the predictability stuff that we've heard over the last couple of weeks. Teams seemingly know what they're going to do. The not being able to get home with 4 has been an issue, I think, as well. Like, where do you think it is the biggest issue of why 3rd and longs have been being converted on this defense?
It's going to be a complicated answer. But I've talked to Spags about this, and he, I think yesterday publicly even said, hey, I've got to look at everything here too. And I think it's scheme, personnel to match the personnel you're playing, meaning when you play Dallas and those big receivers, now you got Nico Collins this week for Houston and the 3 Iowa State guys that play wide receiver for him, a little bit similar, but you've got to change up personnel with your packages, meaning am I going to play 3-corner dime? Am I going to play 3-corner nickel? Am I playing 3 safety nickel? So the 3 safety nickel usually have Shamari Carter in the slot, or do I go back to some 3-corner nickel? I might put McDuff in the slot, switch it around, maybe even play Noel Williams some on the outside. It's all of that, but there's no magic answer. But I do think it's personnel scheme to fit the opponent, scheme to fit that definitive quarterback. It's all of that comes into play here. But at 3rd and 8, you've got to get off the field because at the least in this game, every blade of grass is going to be important because field position is going to be paramount in this game. Because if you're thinking it's going to be the 54-51 Monday Night Football game of 2018, forget it. This is going to be a 16-14, 17-14, 20-17 kind of game because that Houston defense is spectacular.
Yeah, I'm glad you hit on that at the end there, Mitch. As we talked to Mitch Holtis here, the voice of the Chiefs on the Chiefs Radio Network that you can hear 3 hours prior to kickoff on Sunday here on 96.5 The Fan. Mitch, Seattle, great defense. Denver, fantastic defense. Houston, are they in a league of their own with their defense?
Well, they're not that much ahead of those two you mentioned, especially Denver. Because Denver fans would get mad at me going, boy, we're the best. Okay, you're kind of 1A. But the difference to me is Houston's secondary. Now, we know the pass rush combo of Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. When they embarrassed Buffalo, it was astonishing. They embarrassed a Pro Bowl tackle in Deion Dawkins and a really good tackle in Lenox, Iowa, Spencer Brown. But, I mean, they got wiped out. It's like, let's go home. And that's what Anderson and Daniil Hunter can do. But it's their secondary, to me, that is different. Because right now, Riley Moss is a target in that Denver defense. That does not exist in the Houston secondary. You can go right down the line to Stingley Jr., Jalen Petrie, Bullock. Bullock has had the lowest catch percentage against him 2 years running at any DB in the league. And then you just keep right on going around the horn. Lassiter's had twice in 2 different games, he's had 2 tackles for a loss. No DB's done that in the league. Petrie's got 3 picks. And Stingley Jr. has got the highest rate being in zone defensive pass rating against him. They're all across the board. Now, Reed's hurt, their nickel guy, but the fact that they've got 4 top DBs, and it leads me to one of the key areas on offense, and that is a tight window catch. We talk about tight window throws, and people would say, well, contested catch. No, I'm not talking about a jump ball. This is a window is there for a fraction of a second that Pat can hit. We know he can. But that fraction of a second closes really fast with this Houston secondary. That means you're going to have to fight in that next fraction of a second to make a catch and be the tougher, winning the battle in crossing routes or short routes or quick routes, because Houston looks like you've got a bit of room, but they'll close the gap so fast. This secondary is awesome.
Even with Lassiter potentially out, it looks like he's going to be out this weekend. Does that make things a little bit better offensively?
It does, because now you move it down the line, because it's not just missing Lassiter. Who takes Lassiter's place?
Right.
And that's where the Chiefs are on the offensive line. Lassiter, I think, is borderline elite. But particularly when they work together, because you always hear the defense, and you just heard Bull talk about defenses have to work together. Houston's defense works together as good as anybody in the league. Now, you take Lassiter out, you've got a chance to go that and the nickel with Reed being out or possibly being out. You've got some chances, but those chances also happen in a fraction of a second, because guess who's coming?
Yeah.
Will Anderson and Jr. and Daniil Hunter. You've got microseconds to get rid of the ball and to do it accurately. You're going to have to be tough and accurate. No penalties in this game. Don't give up false yardage. You cannot do that and win against this Houston team. The margin's too slight.
Is the offensive line going to be good enough to allow that to happen?
Well, it's not just the offensive line. It's everybody. And so that's where the offensive coaches and Coach Reed and Nags and right down the line, Girardi, Blameyer, all of them, heck, have all had to put their heads together to put together a plan where there's times you're going to have to max protect. There's times you're only going to send 2 or 3 men out on a route. Now, the Chiefs don't normally like to do that, but there are some games you just must do that. You're going to have to run the ball some, but your max protect plays have got to work. So that means I'm going to chip. I'm going to keep guys in that are eligible to go out on routes. And so it becomes, and then you'll take some shots. You've got to do that. But this, more than any game this year, is a game where every play call seems paramount. It's like a Super Bowl to me in the fact that what is my protection? And, Pat, here's your protection. We got to play to that protection, and you're only going to have 2 or 3 out on a route here. And we got to figure out in that fraction of a second to get them a ball and make a play. It's based on precision, but really a calculated approach in this game.
Mitch, I'm not an all 22 guy. I'm an all red zone guy. I know that's, frowned upon. It's like YouTube golf versus the PGA Tour golfers, but I'll accept that. Watch a lot of Houston games. They play a lot of noon games, obviously, so they're in that witching hour. One thing I've noticed, and maybe you know this as well, C.J. Stroud will give you opportunities to create pressure. You don't necessarily have to create it yourself. He will either sometimes step up in the pocket when he shouldn't or move out of it when he shouldn't. That's going to be there. But, he does have weapons. Dalton Schultz is a solid tight end. Nico Collins is a beast on the outside. The double-headed monster. I know Willie Marks got his ankle locked up a little bit last week, but he looks like he's going to go. They've got a little bit of weaponage on the offensive side, and this defense is going to have a little bit of a little challenge like they had, I think, a little bit if they can't get to him. I mean, we talk a lot about McDuffie last week. Good luck covering CeeDee Lamb for 4 seconds.
Well, and Nico Collins, to me, is an Olympic 400-meter hurdler playing football. His strides, his efficiency with his movement. I've loved Nico Collins ever since he got out of Michigan and started the league. I like his game. Schultz is Schultz. But to me, the big difference in their team, Dusty's Woody Marks. I thought Caserio did a great job of finding him. He looks like a young J.K. Dobbins. I know he wears 27, so maybe that's why I'm thinking of that. But he's got a low center of gravity. He's hard to tackle. He's stronger and tougher than maybe what you would think, but he's a really good player. He's had 72% of the snaps in their 4-game winning streak, so Chubb has become more of a compliment. But Marks is an issue here. And then how many Iowa State receivers can you have on an NFL team, including Jalen Noel, right? Let's give him credit, the Park Hill Trojan. The other guy I want to mention, too, is Arante Esrae, their left tackle, who's a rookie from Ruskin High School, played at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they traded Laramie Tunsil. Caserio's been kind of tricky. He's like 25 draft weekend trades over the past 4 years to build this team, so I got to give him some credit. But Esrae grew up here. An interesting story. It was not easy for him. In fact, his family was homeless for a while, but he kind of fought through it at Ruskin. Ruskin did a great job with him. and then he went to Minnesota and was able to thrive as an all Big Ten player. So you got two major local high school guys on this Houston offense that makes it click when they're running, when they're cooking.
All right, Mitch, let's look at, the defense. You keep saying and bringing up they've got to play as a unit and everybody's got to be on the same page. It kind of reminds me back when Derek Johnson would tell me, man, if I tried to make somebody else do somebody else's job, I wasn't doing my job, and that's why we were getting beat, because I was trying to cover for this guy instead of doing my job. And it goes back to the Bill Belichick, do your job. Is the defense getting exposed because the front four just isn't able to get home, and that has an effect on everybody else in the back half of that defense, back 2/3 of that defense, if you will?
Well, that's where you then can say it's one thing or one thing leads. They've got to get pressure with four. I don't care if you're Ruskin or Park Hill or Smith Center. You're going to have to get pressure with four at some point. That's why when a Patrick Mahomes will go to a Chris and go, dude, I got to have you this week. And that's what exists on our team, which I love. Because many teams, offense and defense, are like two different zip codes.
Mm-hmm.
Not this team. But if Pat's like, man, I got to have you this week, or Karlaftis, George, the offense needs you this week. The offense needs you to create a pressure to get Houston off the field so we can get the ball at the, maybe the 38 instead of the 8 or the 6. Or special teams, we got to have you this week. There can't be a block in the back. The Gunners, you got to win those battles on the outside because we got to create favorable field position. I think it's everybody in the boat, everybody. And yes, four-man pressure's got to be there. You can't just rely on blitzing all the time. And these guys are finding the hot read. So it's all of that. But there's never been a game yet this year where it's been more paramount to beat all of that than this Houston game with this specific opponent.
Mitch, I got to ask you before you get out of here, do you still have your tonsils?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stay away from that one. When I heard Coach do it, I was like, uh-oh.
If you're staying away, then that means I have to stay away.
Yeah, stay away.
Well, Mitch,
Thank you for staying away, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, it started with Houston when everybody started to believe. Kind of need that belief again on Sunday against this Houston team this week to get going towards the right direction.
Well, and I'll say this too, and this is stuff I talked with Coach Tobe about. And my Minute with Mitch focus was on it this week. We always say special teams is something parenthetic, right? It's a parentheses, like, oh yeah, special teams. Usually the Chiefs are at the top or near the top of all of the categories in special teams, and this year it's not that case. But not only that, we haven't had an explosive special teams play. I'll give you the stat of the morning, and I know you're up against a break, but just hear me out on this one. Last year, we beat the Texans in the divisional playoff game, and the Texans had 100 yards or 100-plus more yards than we had. Chiefs did not force a turnover and still won a playoff game. That had happened 46 times before in that scenario, that layout. You know how many of the 46 teams that had 100 more yards rush or 100 more yards of offense and didn't turn it over, how many they won?
I'm going to say 0.
46. It was 46-0. The Chiefs beat the Texans, and the Texans got 100 yards or more total offense, more than the Chiefs, and the Chiefs didn't force the turnover. What happened? How did the Chiefs win 23-14 in a divisional playoff game? 8 sacks, 3-bar Karlaftis. Wait a minute. Leo Chanel blocks the field goal. They affect a field goal by Fairbairn where he missed a 55-yarder and created field position to win a 23-14 game. We haven't had an explosive special teams play in a while. There has not been a punt return or kickoff return since COVID. It's been since Byron Pringle on a kickoff return against Denver and a punt return by McCole Hardman against Miami in 2020. We've been close to blocking a kick. We've blocked no kicks. This is the kind of week where special teams has to feel the responsibility just as much as anybody else. And this is the kind of game that can be decided or altered dramatically by an explosive special teams play. And that hasn't happened all year. It'd be a good time to do it this week.
No doubt. Mitch, stay focused. You got 2 days and some cold weather moving in and a big World Cup edition today. So Sunday night, we'll be ready for you, baby.
Are we getting Germany?
Is that who you want? Who do you want?
Yes. Yes, Deutschland.
Nine.
It would be good with the
Spiel.
Chiefs' relationship in Germany, right? That may be happening then, huh?
Oh. Yeah, and I go, Bruchhausen, Zilsen is my roots north up by Hamburg, home of the Hamburg Sea Devils of the European League of American Football.
What a great team.
Go Hamburg. But I want Germany. I don't think we're going to get them. But if we did, it would be a glorious day.
No doubt. Mitch, we appreciate the time. Gesundheit and Auf Wiedersehen.
Guten Tag.
That is Mitch Holtis. As he joins us every Friday here, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated. Also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Center. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Bob, coming up on the other side, it's you and I, and it's one word if you trust me.
Let's do it.
96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it is time to start looking around your house and saying it is time for a refresh of my home. And West Shore Home is going to make it easy to knock out all of those projects, whether it's your bathroom, windows, doors, or flooring. Right now, West Shore Home is going to make it easy for you to take care of it all. And if you've been putting off your project, the team over at West Shore Home is the perfect fit for you. They've helped hundreds of thousands of homeowners, and right now they're extending their Black Friday sale until this Saturday so you can get your project started and save big. Free installation on all projects, plus lock in an extra $500 off when you schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan. That's westshorehome.com/fan. Don't miss out with West Shore Home.
At GEHA, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So we build health plans with a nationwide network of 1.7 million providers, plus hearing and fitness discounts. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these amazing game day specials. 14-inch two-topping pizzas for just $12 and $4 domestic OP cups. The other place with 5 great Kansas City Metro locations.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 291 northbound, heavy past 39th Street, stays very slow to Hidden Valley Road with an accident reporting. Blue Parkway westbound, heavy approaching Noland, about a mile back up there. Kansas side 35 northbound, briefly slow around 75th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 Fan, traffic.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. All right, Dusty, I'm going to start this today, this one-word thing with us here on 96.5 The Fan, because I just got a text from our friend Gene Watts, an alleged Texan fan. I think he got the wrong one. And his headset in now. If you don't know, Mac has the bubble guts. Had to leave early.
Watson, yes!
There it is. So we're figuring things out on the fly. So I, Dusty, want you to give me one word on this text we just received from our friend Gene Watts.
Watson, yes!
Who wrote off the Texans years ago when I told them 3 years ago they were going to be good. He didn't believe it. The only way the Chiefs beat the Texans this week is if the Texans bus breaks down on the way to the stadium. One word on that text from Gene.
Man, I have a lot of one words.
I bet.
Trying to figure out which ones are good for the air. I would say troll.
Yeah.
I would say Richard.
Yeah.
Or I could say, I don't know,
Chode.
Love you, Gene. Hey, Gene, how do you like this? Pulled a Livy Dunn card last night, buddy.
Oh, card.
Yeah, card, not her number. She's happily in a relationship with a man who's about to be paid millions by those New York Yankees in winter meetings. One word on Paul Skeens.
Stud. Yeah.
Envy.
Yeah,
jealousy.
Exactly, jealousy. Like, he's the guy now that you want to be in professional sports. For years, it was like, always wanted to be Derek Jeter. It seemed perfect, right? Paul Skeens seems to be that guy that if you're a dude, you'd change places with in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, he's got lightning in his arm. He's got zero personality. He's got a rocket for a girlfriend, soon to be a wife.
Yep.
And he's got every team in the... Like, what do you think? You think more MLB teams want him or more people want his girlfriend?
Let me ask you this question then. I'll put it on you.
Yeah.
Would you rather get the salary that he's going to get to be a Yankee or to date Livy Dunn?
Give me that salary, baby. Because then there's plenty more Livy Dunns in the sea of cash.
Yeah, the cash is king.
We move on. One word on this. Audio from one C.J. Stroud.
DC from Karlaftis and also Stone Cold Never Follow. Who?
What do you see from Karlaftis and Stone Cold Jones?
I don't know. That's what people call him. That's what people call him? Oh, cool. He's a heck of a player, man. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Fame guy.
One word on the not knowing of Stone Cold Jones, and I'll have a follow-up, Brad.
Yeah, I would say normal, probably. I mean, how many people know that nickname of any player? Like, I don't know any of the Texans' nicknames, right? If somebody said, what do you think of so-and-so Stroud? And I was like, who? You know, I don't know what their nicknames are, so I don't expect them to know what the nicknames are of other players, so I think that would kind of be normal on that one.
I kind of love that the guy says Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Like, he probably thought the guy giving out stunners and chugging Steve Weisers and saying what and hell yeah and all that, he's like, who?
Yeah.
And then the mockery of the crowd laughing at, like, oh, he said Stone. Like,
were they laughing at the reporter or were they laughing at C.J. Stroud?
It's kind of comical.
Do you see from Karlaftis and also Stone Cold have a follow-up?
Stone Cold what?
What do you see from Karlaftis and Stone Cold Jones?
I don't know. That's what people call him. That's what people call him? Oh, cool. He's a heck of a player, man. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Fame guy.
Yeah, if I'm Chris Jones, though, I do use that as motivation, I would hope.
Yeah.
I saw stats the other day. Jones is having his worst year since 2018 of pressuring the quarterback. So funnel that where he didn't know your name and make him feel stone cold on a stone cold night in Kansas City.
No doubt about it. We talk about Houston. We talk about the Chiefs. One word on this massive Sunday night football game at One Arrowhead Drive.
I think the one word is finality. It's either the final game of this kind of era of the dynasty, or we move on and we continue to win. But it has finality written all over it if the Chiefs don't come out on top.
I like the one word of realization.
That's a good one.
You know,
yeah.
You're going to find out on Sunday, if your team is real or if your team is, planning what they're going to do in the offseason. When does the draft stock start to be talked about? When does
Binkley's on that.
Oh, yeah. He said if they lose, he goes, yeah, get ready for mock drafts out the ass. Direct quote. All right, one word on last night's game that we were worried about the over-under. We said, Alex, sweet, Dusty Likens here. I said, Alex, I really like the under in this one. It's Thursday night. Yeah, they played a week ago. I know Thursday. 70 points on the board last night on that Thursday night, which was an appetizer to the type of game that we will see on Sunday, what was Dallas and Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going to say electric is what that game was last night, man. It was up and down, back and forth, up and down, back and forth, score. It was a lot of fun to watch that game last night.
Yeah, it's two words for me. It's as advertised.
Yeah.
You saw two offenses. You saw a line of 54.5, 55.5, wherever you got it on your betting app or whatever you use. And then you look at the scoreboard and you're like, okay, it's 20-17. Okay, it's 27-17. Okay, now it's 44 to whatever the score ends up being. But I think that's entertainment, the NFL in a nutshell. That's what Roger Goodell, when he looks at that, goes, all right, we've cleared our cash for tonight. I think they're going to get upwards of 20 million views last night. I know you said it's normally about 15 to 18 in that window. That game last night, nothing else really competing with it. Two offensive teams, especially with all the markets, Detroit and Dallas already in it. And then somebody had said earlier, you can get NFL on Thursday night for free on Twitch. Which I don't have that. But again, I'm sure a lot of people do what you can watch this show.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what that number is last night, because they're saying now the game on Thursday, the Thanksgiving Day game, peaked at 61 million people. 61 million people watched that Chiefs game on Thanksgiving
The Battle
Day.
of America's team.
I mean, crazy number. So if that thing streams 20, that's a huge number for Amazon.
Why do I feel like we turn this show into the herd?
Yeah.
I feel like J-Mac with the news.
Well, because you're on the other side here. It's just a little awkward.
All right, Colin, this is my topic today, the Jets. No, I'm kidding. Last one here, Netflix, the big boys. They just bought Warner Brothers and possibly HBO Max for an alleged $82.3 billion.
Yeah.
That's an $82.3 bill for Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers and, I believe, HBO Max.
And people think John Sherman's rich. He's worth $1.2 billion, according to the list of owners. They just paid 83 times more of what John Sherman's worth to buy this. The one word that I will say, cable, because it's back.
Tom?
Everything you want in one place. We've got it now. Cable TV.
Right. One word on Tom Cable. Aggressive.
Where's he now?
I don't know. recovering from Thanksgiving?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he seems like a go-getter.
Yeah.
You know that quote that was AI by Jerry Jones, I'm going to be halfway home on a bottle of bourbon?
Yeah.
I think that's Cable.
Yeah.
He seems like that guy.
He does seem like
There's
that guy.
some Jim in the cabinet. What? Don't you have good stuff? Yeah, you got Jim's 7-year over there next to it. Feel free, it's yours.
It's yours, yeah.
Hey, Tom, where's the bong at?
I wonder where Tom Cable is. God.
I bet the text line knows.
Yeah.
My God. This is Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. The best part of the show coming up on the other side is What's in the Script. I'll read Max in Mac's voice, and we'll do mine and Bob's as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Calling all holiday bakers, it's time to roll out to Hy-Vee and save some dough this Friday through Sunday. Get the season's hottest deals on dozens of baking essentials, like Hy-Vee brand flour, $1.48, cream cheese, $1.28, Hy-Vee brand chocolate chips, $2.48, and butter, just $2.49. Get ready to double those recipes and whip up some holiday magic this Friday through Sunday only at Hy-Vee.
My family and I love seafood. In fact, there isn't a week that goes by where we're not having salmon or shrimp or scallops. And I know that I can count on Hy-Vee for all of my seafood needs. And they're having their annual seafood sale. It's going on right now. So it's time to stock your freezer with the best prices of the year on crab legs, lobster tail, jumbo shrimp, and scallops. Whether you're entertaining at home or want to bring something special to a holiday gathering, don't miss the huge annual crab and seafood sale only at Hy-Vee.
The world's largest sports book at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circus Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circus Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
The holidays are here, and so's the newest Academy Sports and Outdoors, right in your neighborhood. Score Kids ride-ons that say, my 8-year-old's truck is nicer than mine. Grills and smokers that say, there is no wrong way to cook a turkey. And new Nike fleece hoodies that say, I keep it chill no matter the temp. Academy has all the legendary Christmas gifts your family wants at undefeatable prices, because here, fun can't lose. Win Christmas at your new Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Visit our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com.
At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all. Pricing on a great selection of new Fords, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty, along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. From America, for America. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Downtown, 670 eastbound gets heavy before 35, stays on again heavy over towards 71, heading 71 northbound, so rolling into downtown from about 22nd Street. Kansas side, 35 southbound, slow from 635 down past Shawnee Mission Parkway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Creed Humphrey. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
We're really killing it, Bob. We're really killing it. I think I still got it. I got us on camera. I got us on the air. And an old boss that we all know all too well said, as long as you keep them on the air, everything's okay.
That is exactly right. Get your commercials in. Bob Davis's line of being on the air. Rest in peace, Bob. Love you to death. Actually, yesterday also marked the year that Al Fitzmaurice passed away, too. One of the greats here in Kansas City. I miss Al all the time. I miss Bob all the time. I miss all these guys that have come and gone over the last couple of years. Dan Israel, another one as well. But Bob Davis always used to say, get in and out on time, hit all the commercials, and don't say F, and you'll be fine. It's always Bob Davis's line for everybody as we kind of learn this broadcasting business from some of the best, and Bob always did it with a bleep ton of humor. So here we stand. You don't curse, you get all the breaks in on time, and you will be just fine in this radio business. Well, we do it all the time, right, Dusty? We're going to get through the script of what we think is going to happen this weekend out at Arrowhead Stadium, because it is a big game, the biggest game that this team has seen when it comes to what's on the line in the regular season. Yes, I know it's not a Super Bowl and it's not a playoff game, but if you don't win this game, you don't have a chance of playing in any of those games. So how's it all going to play out? Let's find out with our script. Do it in Mac's voice.
Yeah, I think the city needs a little upbeat for the script this week, because they're going to hate me again, and that's okay. But this is Mac's script. All right, guys, here's what I like. Okay, I don't expect any of these things we talked about needing changed to actually look any different on Sunday. But that doesn't necessarily mean a loss. This team can still win against anyone the way they play if they execute better. Mahomes will be elite tier like he's been all year, and this time his quick feet will be indeed, and his scrambling used often. We see a similar game plan that we did not do against the Colts, or we did do against the Colts, with at least one more running. Texans still get 3 sacks. Defense gets the ball back to Mahomes with under 4 minutes to go. I'll say they finish the job this time and win 20-17, but I don't feel confident.
That's not bad.
It's the first time I've ever had to do Mac. You talk about on this. Yeah, oh, God. Yeah, impersonate Mac. That's right. I mean, he's got some classics over here that I forgot about.
Really? Like what?
Last amount of clock on it as possible. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I said clock. So there's that.
I can't hear that one really. That was very low. Yeah.
Kiss my ass. Men's wieners. I know that I'm hard. Yeah, they're all just lined up.
They're all there. Yeah. All right. So I'll go
Bob,
next.
go
Yeah. All right. So here it is. The season's on the line. This is it, folks. There is no more tomorrows. There is no more next game. There is no more next week. This is it. Everything is on the line on Sunday. And that's when you see the true character. We've talked about that. When the chips are down, when teams are losing, who's the character guy that's going to show up, and who's the guy that's going to be that leader? We'll find out on Sunday. Are they going to come out pissed? Are they going to come out with the attitude that they had at the end of the Dallas game, like they were accepting defeat? They've got to come back and play that backyard style of football, and I think this is the week the offense takes it into its own hands, and they do play that backyard football. They'll mix it up, runs and passes, under center more than ever. Pacheco and Hunt will combine for 100 and 2 touchdowns. Travis gets into the end zone. The defense gives up a bunch of field goals. Chiefs hang on and win late, 21-18.
Wow. So that's 2 times now. We haven't got a 35-0.
How can I possibly predict them to win 35-0 anymore? And this will be the week they do it.
Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, it'll be this week that I don't pick them to win 35-0 and that they win 35-0.
I mean, that'd be just then it's just pick them to win the Super Bowl, put all your bets in.
Yeah,
it's just too good to be true.
Right.
All right. So Max got him at 20-17. You've got him at 21-18. Boy, is this going to be fun as well. Let me fire up some beats. All right, we keep the vibes alive here for now. Must win. Can the Chiefs slow down the track stars that are on the defensive line that Mitch Holtis described to us, from Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter? I don't know the answer to that question. They are beaten, battered, and bruised on their offensive line. What Mahomes shows up this game, I say what Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
Does he think he has to do it all? Does he think he's that 25-year-old kid that can run around and be Superman, or does he know that he is the 30-year-old vet that's got the league on watch since he's walked into this league, that first game of the season that he ever played against those Denver Broncos in that Week 17 throwaway game?
Right.
I feel safe bet on this is his legs in this game. I like his rushing yards in this game. I think that's going to happen. What did we say earlier in the season? Why are we seeing Mahomes run too much? He only did this when he had to, when it was playoff mode. What have you said all week and all last week? We are in playoff mode.
It's playoff
I
mode.
like Mahomes' legs, but not in a frantic way in this game. I think it's just going to be one of those things where they will run the ball under center. You've got to take away their biggest advantage with one of your biggest disadvantages, which is a conundrum that the Chiefs are in. Can you run the ball, and can you use Mahomes' legs efficiently? I like that, but I want him to play the hits. Throw it to 4, throw it to 87. Just stick to those guys. They've been your truths. We've talked about it this week. Since Week 7, Rashee Rice has had the same amount of fantasy points as JSN in Seattle. We know he's been a world beater this year as a wide receiver 1 out there. He's been the best in the game alongside Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, you name it. Jamar Chase is also having a big year as well. You don't need to be world beaters in this game. You don't need to score 35. You don't need to score 31. You just need to control time of possession and keep the vibes up at Arrowhead Stadium, which is not hard to do, especially on a night game when it's cold. Multiple advantages, but I do worry about the one thing in this world, Bob, and that is the defense. And I have come full circle on this. I've always said trust in Spags, trust in Spags. Well, you trust in people until you can't. And right now, I don't trust this defense. They can't get off the field on third down. We heard the Mitch cut with Nick Bolton. We can play a little bit later. Get them off the field. They have not done that. They didn't do it against the Indianapolis Colts. They didn't do it against the Dallas Cowboys. Now you have the Houston Texans. Can you get them off the field? I worry about this defense. I worry about what they can do with this defensive line. Prove me that I'm wrong, but I will say that the Texans have already gotten their tonsils removed, and I think Houston wins this game 21-18.
So I got KC winning 21-18. You got Houston winning 21-18. Mac has them winning 21-17. Or so we all think it's 20-17. Yeah. So we all believe it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yep.
And so if you can get 3 touchdowns on the board, if you're Kansas City, we all feel pretty confident that they're going to win this game. But you can't settle for field goals. You have to put it into the end zone, and you have to find ways to put 7s on the board and not 3s. And if they're finding a way to put 7s on the board and not 3s, then they're going to be okay. But there's so much else too, Dusty, as Mitch talked about with the special teams in this one. And I wrote this down. We've not had a kick return for a touchdown since COVID. You know, that's a long time now, guys. We're getting ready to go into 2026 at the end of this month. COVID started 6 years ago, right about now, right? When we started to kind of hear about it and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously the 20. So we're talking about 6 years. That's the double amount of the lifespan of an average NFL player. The average NFL player plays for about 3.5 years. Double that. That's about where the Chiefs are. And the amount of time that they've not had a return for touchdowns. I think special teams has progressively gotten worse over the last couple of years. If this thing doesn't go right, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a change, if Dave Tobe retires, move on from special teams, because they haven't really done much good this year. They've always had a key holding penalty. And so I think it comes down to a lot of what happens on special teams too, dude. If like they go out there and they poop the bed and Butker's kicking balls out of bounds and not getting in the landing zone and missing, like, it's going to be a tough day. That Jack Cochran guy, he's out there holding everybody and their brother like he does every single game. It's not going to be something that works out for them. I really do think special teams is going to be very key in this game for the Chiefs on Sunday.
Who'd you say is your X factor if you can't use special teams? Is it Chris Jones? Does it rely on him?
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Pressure?
Yeah, you've got to create pressure, man.
I think that goes back to the Dallas game that a lot of people can blame McDuffie. I think there's a couple of ways you can sound like a homer here where you can say, first off, that's CeeDee Lamb. We saw what he was doing last night until he was concussed in the end zone. He was doing his thing.
Right.
But it's tough to cover somebody in that league that is top 5 of one of the deepest positions in the game. Maybe the deepest position in the game of football is the wide receivers, as we can say, well, you would say Rashee Rice isn't a top 10 wide receiver. Maybe not, but that's not like a knock on Rice. That's just like, dude, it's an upper echelon club. You got to get pressure, because if you don't, you're leaving your corners out there on an island. And I don't want to sound cliche with NFL, terminology, but try covering Nico Collins, who Mitch Holt has said is a track star, for 4 seconds. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
It's too tough.
It's not a cliche. It's one of the first things that I really remember learning from Dick Vermeil, and we were asking about the defensive backs. I've told the story 1,000 times. He goes, I don't care who's playing defensive back. If we can't get to the quarterback, it does not matter who's playing defensive back. And that's always been one of those kind of things that I've always remembered and always looked at. And yeah, I mean, look, Trent McDuffie was brutal. There's no way to take away from that. Had a bad game. It's the first time he's ever had a bad game, but it was brutal. But also, too, it was brutal for the defensive front. And I know a lot of people want to give passes to the guys that we love and whatnot. I'm sorry, Chris Jones, man, if you consider yourself one of the greatest of all time at that position, then you have to go out there. You can't say, well, I don't have help. I don't have this guy or I don't have that guy. Aaron Donald went out there and made plays. And we've talked about Chris Jones in that same category as Aaron Donald a lot. And so I'm not expecting him to be Aaron Donald, but I'm also expecting him to go out there and be a difference maker on that field, even though he doesn't have much help around him. The greats of the games know how to turn it on when it matters most and how to make plays regardless of who's next to them.
I look at 56. That's who I look at this week. Go be that guy. Last time you played Houston, you had 3 sacks against that team.
That's right.
You know, we talked about how my dad was
got him paid.
We talked about how my dad was super sad. Oh, seasons of almost. This is almost. We heard people on the airwaves of this station say that George Karlaftis seems to be the guy that's like, oh, he almost got him. He was that close, right? Like the Josh Allen play.
Yeah.
Last year, he's like, I was this close. That's been Karlaftis' narrative. Well, you've got your contract. You're in your youth. We need a game from the defensive line. Don't be almost, be all the way.
Yeah,
and I think 56 is a big guy on this side. The boss is kicking me out of here, so I guess I haven't done it well enough. I thought I still had it. I feel like Sting and the Police.
Yeah,
I'm a bassist and a singer.
I'm good. I'm glad you're coming back over here. And now people are going to have to say Spectre, and no Spectre's here. So please don't egg the text line. Don't treat him like the offensive coordinator of the Eagles' house and come here and egg things. Spectre's coming in because Mac pooped his pants.
Is Specs big Dom Binkley? We'll discuss on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Guys, I'll tell you what, this is the moment that the folks at Smokehouse Barbecue live for, the holiday season. It's the moment a lot of us live for. A lot of parties, a lot of things going on, family, friends coming over, and the last thing you want to do is more cooking. And that's why Smokehouse Barbecue is taking the cooking and removing it from your repertoire, and they're handling everything this holiday season, whether you're catering a big brunch, whether you're doing lunch, whether you're doing dinner, or maybe you're even doing it to tailgate this year. Smokehouse Barbecue will cater it all for you. Burnt ends, baby back ribs, you can get their pulled pork sandwiches. You can do the brisket. You can do, of course, their hickory pit beans. And don't forget, every catering order needs to have the Cajun butter chicken wings with that homemade ranch dressing. I absolutely love it at Smokehouse Barbecue. And you know what else I love at Smokehouse Barbecue? The pulled chicken sandwich tossed in the Cajun butter sauce on a brioche bun with coleslaw on top and the hickory pit beans on the side. You can get all of that at one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For all of your catering needs, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did. Right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Nice. My side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Designed for working adults, focused on the future. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now, we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Downtown 670 eastbound gets heavy before 35, stays slow, not quite to 71, and then 35 northbound off again, on again, slow stuff from Southwest Trafficway up towards Penway with an earlier stall that has cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
This will make the building smile and pat themselves on the back. Funny Friday stat here from the 816. My 3 daughters love listening during the morning trip to school.
Good.
My 4-year-old loves this repeating 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Luckily, we have not started repeating the boner ads yet.
Yeah. I love it. That's great. I love when the kids get in there. I've got a friend, Kyle, and he's a realtor up in the Northland, and his son's about that age, and he always thinks that, like, I'm really there with them, you know, and did Bob say that today? And the kids start to, you know, they become part of who we are, and it's awesome to have that. And then you get a little bit older, Dusty, and you hear from people, I've been listening to you since I was a kid. I go, there's no way. And they're like, I'm 30. You've been here. I'm like, yeah, probably.
Kind of old.
You start Spectre, it's creeping up on you, too. There are going to be people saying, I've hated you since I was 8.
13 years ago.
I know.
Somebody says, welcome to the show. Mr. Favorite classic pizza topping is hot honey. I never said that.
Yes, I'll take the classic hot honey.
I know we love Binkley stories on this.
You're changing the
program.
subject.
No, but it speaks to getting old. Last night he texted me. I remember. You'll do the voice. I'll tell you the story. He texted me. I remember talking with Vern in 2012 about Colin Klein.
Oh, you got that text too?
Oh, I'm not the only one.
Oh boy.
I thought I was special.
Way to ruin his Christmas. Oh, God. Oh, you got that, too.
You got the same one. How many others got the Colin Klein verdict?
Yeah, you should call that show The Big Show. It's me, Vern, and J.C. Pearson.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, big show. So Bob has, in case it doesn't work out, in the next few years for me here on the show. You got a job that I could go get.
I do, and I think this is a perfect job for you.
Literally, the headline says it all.
Yeah, European country known for stunning women suffers drought of men, forcing would-be brides to hire husbands for housework. And I'm like,
hello,
who would be more perfect than Dusty for this job? Spectre left. He's like, I'm signing him up right now.
Yeah, it took him 4 minutes to be like, this show's trash.
Yeah, we're out of here. So here's the story for anybody who's interested in this. And these women from the New York Post were forced to enact a special mandate. A nationwide shortage of men in Latvia has increasingly forced women to hire husbands for an hour to help with their household chores. According to a recent report by Eurostat, Latvia boasts 15.5% more women than men. That's great. Over 3 times the average rate in the European Union. Meanwhile, over the age of 65, there is twice as many women as men per the World Atlas. So you can get in a will real fast over there in Latvia.
Yeah. And then end up dead.
That's right. As a result, the Baltic country has found itself woefully bereft of suitable male prospects, like something out of the Wicked Male. So single lady Diana, who works at festivals, claimed that 98% of her colleagues are women. There's nothing wrong with that, but just for the good balance, you would want to have some more men to flirt with or chat with. It's just more interesting. That's why my friends have gone abroad and found their boyfriends there. To fill this country's wide husband void, women like Diana are increasingly tuning to services that allow them to rent a hubby for a short time to help around the house.
I think I'd have to change my name from Dusty to, like, I don't know, DeVito.
Can you do plumbing?
Well, I used to know a guy.
Yeah. So if you want to move, Latvia is the perfect place for you. Can convert to Latvian Orthodox
I have
if you
no
want.
idea where that's at.
I don't think I do either. I'm going to guess
Latvia?
like Eastern Europe.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes. One time my friend George converted to Latvian Orthodox for a girl.
Is this the country where they mutilate squirrels?
It is.
Well, that's probably why Bob's signing me up.
James, 42, is currently booked up for the month of November on jobs for which he charges $44 per hour.
Hell yeah.
About $280 for his day rate. Their business has become so popular, they said, that they've even had to turn down jobs.
That's why James Howell wasn't available this morning when Matt got sick. Yeah. He's making $44 an hour being a mail order husband.
Yeah. The lucrative job is, of course, to pay. The lucrative business dubbed Rent My Handy Husband sees James go over and do everything, including DIY, painting, decorating, tilling, and carpet laying.
Wait a minute. Okay. I hear that and I think of a whole, I forget the boss is here. I'm like, carpet laying. All right.
That's where you put down carpet in the house. You know, people like rugs in their home,
Gotcha.
right? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Beat Up texts me and goes, can you use your Richard Beaters to fix her plumbing?
hey, man, you got those Richard Beaters.
Oh, God.
Beat up. So you going to Latvia?
I just don't know where it's at.
Yeah, it's Eastern Europe.
Yeah, dude.
It's probably cold.
I mean, I can go warm it up.
Yeah.
You know?
You can.
I
I
said
think
I
you'd be
wanted
a perfect fit for Latvia.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, rent a husband.
Well, they're probably pale skinned, right?
Yeah,
If it's always cold.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Somebody says, question 1, do you have to wear the maid's outfit?
No.
Handy or handsy? Rent my handy husband sounds like a porno. That's
Such as Comanda 24. That's the website where a few euros women can enlist men with golden hands to do plumbing, carpentry, repairs, and even mount a TV, and all without any awkward pickup lines or dates. So if you want the dates and the pickup lines and all that kind of stuff, you can get to all of that. But if you just want to make $44 an hour doing some plumbing over there, feel free. That's a good backup plan.
Somebody says, how many guys just Google Latvian women just now? Now, if Margot Robbie was from there, I would leave the show faster than Mac left our show today. Oh, yeah. Somebody says so it's next to Russia?
Yeah, Eastern Europe over there.
Might be a hard pass.
Yeah, but here's one of the gals that is from Latvia watching the World Cup a few years ago. So.
Oh yeah, dude, looks like the good version of Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So
her probably name's like Yanni.
It doesn't say what her name is. Yeah.
I love you, Yanni.
This is a Latvian fan watching Group D match. In 2004. So she's like
that's
grandma now.
She now looks like B. Arthur. What a false advertisement that
No
is.
kidding.
No doubt.
No kidding, man.
We'll hopefully be getting Ron Hughley on the show from 610 in Houston, as he is their drive time host. Used to be in Kansas City. We had him last year in the playoff game. Obviously, a big game coming up this Sunday with what is their pass rush. Obviously, Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson Jr. Still crazy to think that Will Anderson Jr. and C.J. Stroud were drafted the year that the draft was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Here we are. You see what they have done with their team. They got their franchise quarterback. They got their franchise edge rusher, something that we all wish we had here in Kansas City, which is an edge rusher. And I go back to what we were talking about with one word. Can Karlaftis do it?
Yeah.
You know, the contract and what we've seen. You know, we talk about how many parallels the season has with what the Royals season was with the contract that Seth Lugo got. And then we saw it dissipate.
Right.
And then we see Karlaftis get the contract. Come on. Bring it home.
Yeah, it's like that guy with the stick that says, come on, do something, right? Like, you know, if you accept the check.
The vaudeville frog.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. What was that guy's name on the WB?
Netflix.
Yeah, now the Netflix frog. But, I mean, this is one of those things, though. It's like, come on, do something.
Yeah.
We gave you the money. It's time to get rewarded. If you're going to take the check, you have to go out there and produce. And, you know, a lot of times we don't want to hold those guys accountable because it's usually the guys that make the most money are our fan favorites. George Karlaftis, I don't know that he's necessarily a quote-unquote fan favorite like a Chris Jones or a Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
Sure.
But it seems like more people are about blaming him than they are, say, maybe blaming Chris Jones for not getting home. And so I think it's a combination of both. Both of those guys need, obviously, to play better, but I would like to see Chris Jones just go out there and wreck a game at home.
We go to one of my, I consider him a family member. He just lives far away now. His name is Ron Hughley. He joins the show from Houston. Ron, we did this last year, kind of the same song and dance, but I think there's a little bit more fear in those Houston Texans than there is in the Kansas City Chiefs locally. Believable or not from your perspective?
What in the hell is going on around there? Bob, great to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you, Ron.
I am disappointed in Bob Fescoe.
Oh,
I will go even further. I am disappointed in Robert Fescoe.
Okay.
What is going on, Dusty? Listen. This is getting ridiculous. I just sit here, drop my kids off at school, and I listen to Carrington go on our station. Shout out to Sean Pendergast and Seth Payne. I listen to Carrington just draw up a funeral that is occurring with the Chiefs. Guys, let's take a beat. I know it has been rough. I understand, and I've watched every game and covered this team too, but let's calm down. It is Arrowhead at night, and as I told my audience, listen, Justin Verlander, Jose Altuve, maybe the Astros are struggling, and maybe this thing may end, but Byron Buxton and the Minnesota Twins aren't coming in to do it, and I'm going to tell you right now, not the Texans. All right, I understand they've got a fearful defense. This is a team that was in a fight 2 weeks ago with the Tennessee Titans, and they had to have a last-second field goal to go through. Let's just take a beat. Dusty, 7 games left into the season. What is going on here? Fescoe, I need the 17-0 Fescoe. What is going on? I mean, this is ridiculous out here. This is the Kansas City Chiefs, and yes, you get to use past history with this team. All right, it's not just past history. This year, I'm sorry, I'm cutting a promo. This year's history with this team, every time their backs have been against the wall at home, they have performed. And they're going to get the Texans at home tonight. I don't know if Neil's got to go break a couple of more sticks to beat the drum. Draft Christian Okoye's ass out there. I don't know what Willie Lanier is doing. Somebody go beat the drum, set this thing off, and let's go. Good God, what is going on?
Well, I think
the Chiefs, damn it.
I think
what is happening around there?
Well, what's happening is parts unknown, Ron. I mean, unless you were alive before 2018, right? Like for a lot of people, it's parts unknown. We haven't seen, this. We haven't seen what it looks like when it's a little bit ugly and other teams kind of, ugly it up. So it's new uncharted territories. And I think a lot of it goes back to, a lot of this stuff, the untimely interceptions, quitting on plays, not being where you need to be, the penalties, all that kind of stuff that, bad special teams. It's like each week it's just something different that's annoying that has kind of held back this team.
Oh, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not problems. They have problems. They are finding ways to add multiple things to screw things up, and we can talk about them. But I mean, I just this is a team that you have watched for several years, and I know you cannot ignore what has happened in the past. All right, let's take a beat. Listen. I'm telling you, the offensive line thing it's an issue. It's an issue. All right, but I gotta believe, and I know for some reason here lately we've lost belief in Andy Reid. I gotta believe he's going to come up with something. This is the thing for me in this game for the Chiefs. It is a tall task, but as I mentioned with the Titans, they don't have to play great to beat this team. And to be honest with you, they don't have to play great to beat any of the other teams on their schedule. Right? They don't have to play great. So some of the stupid knucklehead stuff they're doing, they can actually probably get away with it, especially coming up on Sunday, because the Texans are not running away from anybody. Right? I said watch the Texans go 8 sacks, 3 turnovers, dominate a game, and then they're sweating it out against Buffalo at the 10-yard line. Right? This is a team that plays close games, and I understand the frustration, but they're going to have some problems dealing with Kelsey and Rice in the middle of the field. They may be without their second-best corner in Kamari Lassiter, which is a big development. They just lost the defensive lineman for the season. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson are the truth. I'm not going to lie to you about that. All right, but this is not a team. They're playing the Eagles. I'm talking to you a little different. They're playing the Lions or somebody. I'm talking to you a little different, guys. The Houston Texans aren't into this. We've got to believe there, and maybe you two need to be down here a little bit. The ridiculous confidence that's coming from Houston Texans fans may have me a little bit fired up today. I mean, it's insane a bit, but I'm sorry. The Texans are not ending this, and we got to snap out of it.
So
come on, Fescoe. Please.
All right, Ron, I'm back with you. 35-0. Let's go.
Come on. There we go.
There we go. You got me, Ron. You got me going today.
It's the Texans.
So it might be, but
we got Wanye Morris though.
Yeah. So again,
and you, Dusty, to what the number you did on Eric Stone Street, I was half proud of you and half disgusted with you that you just took out. You wouldn't even let Eric Stone Street be. You wouldn't let him be excited. Dusty took out. I'm listening to your asses every day. You took out Eric Stone Street. You didn't even let him. You're taking out famous guests.
Hey, man.
God,
famous guests who just called in because they'd had enough.
They had enough of you. And Dusty sitting there. No, Eric, I don't give a damn. You can take your Modern Family and shove it right up your ass. I'm going. What is going on around there?
Hey, man. You know, it's true. It's damn true. And the problem is if you want to talk about a promo, how much of, if you're talking about this Houston Texans team not ending it, then what the hell was that against Buffalo? Why was that team so on top of Buffalo? And they made Josh Allen look like Sam Darnold when he went to the playoffs. That was a different Josh Allen. This team's coming against Wanye Morris, Mike Caliendo, and Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor maybe. And I think that's why it's on there. And if I've got to play the heel here and I got to go bash at the beach and come out in the black and white, Ron, that's what throws me off is the fact that I'm watching a team that's 6-6. Do I trust that a team can go 5-0 against 3 playoff teams in which they've only beaten 1 playoff team?
Yeah, I'm not saying that your thoughts aren't fair. And I'm not saying that you're not being irrational. But I think that I think for you to just end this season for them, there is no team in American sports that deserves all right, I'm not killing them until they're done. There's no team in American sports that deserves that more than the Kansas City Chiefs. Nobody else. And you could say all you want to say, but all right, the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud, they've got a great defense. Yes, our offensive line looks. Have we ever seen the Chiefs have to play this team with offensive line issues? Well, kind of. We've seen Mike Caliendo have to go play guard, and we've seen them have to kick their other guard, Joe Tooney, to play tackle against Danielle Hunter and them. They somehow figure that out 2 times against that group. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, at all. I'm not saying that. But at home, even if this thing was in Houston, I got you a little bit. At home, got to have it. No, not the Texans.
Yeah, not the Texans.
No, not the Texans. And, and I just don't think that's the case. And just to be so, I know they're frustrating. I know they are. I know they're frustrating. They seem to find different things. They do idiotic things and still somehow find themselves in games. But I think the one thing we can look at home this year against the Ravens when their backs up against the wall, hell, against everybody, they have looked and performed different at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a big part of this for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I almost had to pray for you. The way you took out Eric Stone Street. My
I didn't,
God.
Ron. I did not take him out. I did not take him out.
He hung up that. I think he hung up that phone. Fescoe. Who the hell's this guy?
No, he said that on the air.
Oh, I am. I'm Eric Stone Street. I've been to the Indies.
I took
the Globe.
I took Cam to the cleaners, man.
I can tell you, I think it ended all well after it kind of settled down after the show. They're all good.
Oh no, it was good.
It was good. They're all good. No, they're all good. Eric's good. Hey, he's good. Dusty's good. Everybody's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction? What's your outcome for Sunday, Ron?
Yeah, I think 23-13.
Okay.
Listen, their defense is this is the best defense in football. Kamari Lassiter, that injury, that's one to really watch. That could be a huge deal because that means Tremont Smith comes into the game as their second corner. And Lassiter's a real tone setter with his physicality, even from the cornerback position. But this team has played offense better lately, and they're averaging 19 points a game over their last 3 games. This is a team that struggles offensively, and I got a sneaky feeling that these blitzes that aren't working this year, we may see some of this working a bit more this week because of the offensive line, and sometimes that is what gets the Texans. I mean, they're surging and playing well. But I just don't think they're ready to win this game.
Yeah,
not this one.
I don't want to see this Texans team, Ron, do what every team does against this defense, and that goes for a methodical drive down the field to start the game and score a touchdown. Like, if the Chiefs' defense is going to say, hey, we're here and we've got the ability to play in this game and for the rest of the season to come up with these big stops against this Houston offense, you can't allow them just to march down the field like they do every single game.
Yeah, and when the Texans have had some success, they have done that. So they opened up the game against the Colts with a 16-play drive that took off about 9 minutes. So they have when they have done well, they have been able to do that. Now they'll kick a field goal, but when they have done well, they've been able to do that. To me, they fight hard to get to 20, and really to 17. To be honest with you, in most games, that is good enough with their defense. Like, they had 36 total yards of offense against the Bills in the second half of the game. So they can the Chiefs defense should at least keep the score down. But with you, Bob, I agree with you. The big thing is they can keep the score down, but they also don't need to have them going on these long methodical drives where their defense is out and their defense gets to rest a lot. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, Ron. Hopefully you do or don't have your tonsils. I don't know the answer to that, but they're all against the Texans. That's
They're
what the
getting
Chiefs
tickled.
That's right. Do you have your
Better
tonsils?
watch it.
What was that?
I don't know. Do you have your tonsils?
I don't know. No, I still have mine.
Hey, man. We appreciate the time. Keep doing the Lord's work. I love you. I miss you. And take care, brother.
See you, bud.
All right, guys.
That's Ron Hughley of Houston and 610 in Houston there.
Bringing some levity to it. I like it. Fun.
Yeah, brought that energy. Coming up on the other side is our Friday Chiefs Parlay. It's Bob, it's myself, and it's Spec Maury, and it's brought to you by Circus Sports Betting. The way it should be is coming soon to Missouri with Circus Sports. We get to our Chiefs Parlay on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Would you be impressed by a factory copy of the Mona Lisa? Of course not. So then why are we supposed to be impressed with so-called designer jewelry? This is Gene at House of Diamonds. Big-name designers create one original piece, then manufacture thousands of copies, pricing them like they were all originals. That's not how we do things at House of Diamonds. Each piece of jewelry we create is an original, designed and crafted by hand, just for you. No copies, no mass production in an overseas factory, just one of a kind, like the love of your life. And our clients know they'll never see their design on anyone else. They also know that unlike big-name designers, we'll never use lab diamonds to pad our profits. Why pay for factory-made designer copies when you can own a handcrafted, one-of-a-kind original for the same price with real diamonds and gemstones? House of Diamonds, one-of-a-kind jewelry for your one-of-a-kind love. For over 30 years on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
Get the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now. Use Radio MO. Place your first bet of $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Open to new users in Missouri who are 21 or older. First wager after registration must qualify and win, and bonus bets expire 30 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan, and the other place is your sports watching headquarters this fall. Now with 5 great area locations: Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Enjoy Red Friday specials all day.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Designed for working adults, focused on the future. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to AmbetterHealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Visit our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com.
At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all. Pricing on a great selection of new Fords, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty, along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. From America, for America. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 29, southbound briefly slow at North Oak Traffic Way. Heading 670 eastbound, heavy moving into downtown, passing 35, just stays off again on again, slow out towards Oak Street. Alan Carr, 96 bound The Fan, traffic.
Boy, we nailed it last night, Spec. Your boy hit a big one. 180 cash last night, my guy. Definitely should have bet the over. Here we are saying, I don't know, 54.5's a lot. And 70. As Detroit was victorious. You know why Detroit was victorious last night?
Because they scored more points.
No, it's because they put a damn RoboCop statue in Detroit.
I saw that finally completed.
It's 11 feet tall.
It's awesome, right?
You can't teach that.
I love that thing.
You've
That
seen
looked cool.
RoboCop, right?
Yeah, of course.
Great
yeah.
movie,
But I mean,
fantastic.
that statue, man, that looks awesome.
Terrence Boddicker, one of the worst bad guys of all time. There's a pull for you. He ended up becoming Red Foreman. In case you missed that reference. One of the most gruesome intros to a movie I've ever seen in my entire life is RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
You a good cop or you a bad cop? No.
Not as good as gruesome as the start to Private Ryan or Full Metal Jacket.
Have you ever seen the South Park rendition of that? They do an Imagination Land, and they do the Saving Private Ryan scene.
No,
It's
I have not.
They open the floodgates of nightmares,
Yeah.
so all these nightmares come and corrupt the Imagination Land, and they do the scene from Normandy, and it's Ronald McDonald looking for his arm.
Oh, no.
It is a Friday Chiefs Parlay. It's brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is now live in Missouri with Circus Sports Bets. We don't have Mac Morey, but we have Spec Morey here today who gets to participate in this. The last time we had somebody fill in, it was Kramer, and he took a Judkins touchdown, which was a Browns parlay that you should never do, never touch Cleveland when it comes to betting, unless, of course, it's this week when I think they play the Tennessee Titans. Sign me up for that. Fart noise drop. But I'll start things off. I think the first leg of this parlay, because we know where you're going, right?
Yep.
It's Travis Kelce anytime
touchdown. Travis
Which, by the
Kelce.
way, got some juice.
It has a lot of juice.
Got some
this
juice
week.
plus 205.
I don't understand why it's got so much juice like that.
Ride
Maybe
the hot guy,
offensive
as Henry
line.
Lake says.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? You're doing
Touch
pretty well
screens here.
on the. You're doing pretty well on the
Right.
whiteboard in the office. So keep doing Travis Kelce.
He lost back.
You're gonna break the boss, dude. Maybe you'll watch the end of this game. Love you, Henry. But I'm going to go with this because you got Travis Kelce at anytime touchdown. That's plus 205. And obviously different sports books work different ways. I've got Mahomes rushing yards.
Okay.
Because early in the season, a lot of people said, why is Mahomes rushing? And the conversation was, normally don't see this until playoff mode kicks in, which is always true. Or for some reason, an ankle injury happens and we're like, oh, he's not going to run 35 yards.
Right.
Mahomes hits it. This week, that number's at 22.5. I love that number for Patrick Mahomes. I think we could see him taking off strategically. I hope we don't see him taking off frantically, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there.
no,
I don't-
yeah,
I don't
absolutely,
want to see
yeah.
the frantic legs of Mahomes where it looks like it's the Tampa Bay Super Bowl over again and the yards are left to right, not forward.
Where he's not giving his offensive line even
Right.
a chance.
I want to
Yeah.
I want to see him use his legs as the weapon that he had in the first couple of games, or the first 4 weeks of the season. We're going, why is he running so much? But the number that he has is 22.5. I like that. It is minus 111. So we've got a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown at plus 205. Over rushing yards for Patrick Mahomes at 22.5. And Spec, what do you have to add to this parlay?
I'm going to take Chris Jones to record a sack plus 160. At home, at night, loud crowd noise, not a mobile quarterback in C.J. Stroud. And Chris Jones has been great the last month, and this is easily the worst offensive line that he's faced since the calendar turned to November. So I'll take Chris Jones plus 160 to record a sack.
All right, let me ask you this, though, to play, not even devil's advocate, but just to ask you, what if he doesn't get a sack in this game and doesn't play big? What does that say about Chris Jones? Where are you? First of all, where are you on Chris Jones? Because I'm done. It's time.
I know you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very aware that you're done.
I've seen enough here. So where are you on Chris Jones?
I'm frustrated but not done. I think it's pretty clear that he still has juice left in the tank. He just chooses when to use it, and that can be frustrating.
Yes, very
Do
frustrating.
you believe in bulletin board material?
Yeah, but I don't think and I know the audio that the Stone Cold stuff with CJ, that's not bulletin board material.
Karlaftis and also Stone Cold never follow up. Who? What do you see from Karlaftis and Stone Cold Jones?
I don't know. That's what people call him. That's what people call him? Oh, cool. He's a heck of a player, man. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Fame guy.
Yeah, that's a Kansas City nickname.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we said.
It's like Sack Nation. Like, okay.
Or EG. Is that still a thing?
No.
I think it's
everybody's starving.
Yeah. A lot of people out here at the soup kitchen. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Chris Jones has it. I just think he chooses when to play, which is not what you want in your defensive leader.
Right. Yeah, you can't choose when to play in the NFL. You got those months like those. That's March, April, May, June, July, August. You can choose not to play there. And if you're going to be on the field, I expect 100% effort out of you. And I don't know that we've gotten 100% effort in every game. I mean, Jacksonville, obviously, we didn't.
He's been great post Buffalo. He's been noticeable,
Yeah.
very noticeable since that Denver game after the bye. So 3 straight games, he's been very noticeable.
Yeah, I didn't think he did much against the Dallas Cowboys. I think another thing that I took away from that game the other night, Thursday night's football game, is the one thing that I said away from the Thursday game the prior is that the Chiefs looked slow and old in that game against the Cowboys. And then we saw the game on Thursday night, and I could definitely see how much quicker and faster both of those teams were than what we've been watching with this Chiefs team on defense. And so I think that has to be a big kind of, question going into the offseason is, yeah, we like some of the names on this team. There are guys, but man, if they're not producing and they're not getting the job done, there's really not much more room for you here in Kansas City. They need a youth movement on that defensive side of the football, and they're going to need it fast.
Yeah, I'd like to see Karlaftis get busy this week.
I would love it.
Turn almost into all the way home. Again, the parlay that we have cooked up for you today, the 3-leg parlay, Spec has Chris Jones to get a sack. That's at plus 160. Patrick Mahomes, 22.5 rushing yards. Over that, that's minus 111. Bob has Kelsey, anytime touchdown, plus 205. You put all 3 of those together and make a parlay, plus 1,200.
Wow.
It's a little bit of
spicy.
juice.
Wow, that's a lot.
Very
there.
spicy.
Holy cow.
You putting tahini on that spicy margarita?
Wow.
Well, Tandoori.
Mac did.
I think Mac put too much tahini on it.
He did.
And then lost it all in the bathroom.
Multiple times.
Yeah, that's not good. So
I won't see him at the holiday party tonight.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's going to make that one.
If he is, he's going to have a diaper on.
Yeah.
That is the Friday Cheese Parlay brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is now live in Missouri with Circus Sports. Again, Chris Jones to record a sack, Mahomes to have over 22.5 rushing yards, and Bob has Kelsey anytime touchdown at plus 205. Put them all 3 together, plus 1,200. Obviously, no matter what book you use, BetMGM, Underdog, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever you want to use, plus 1,200. And I know there's a lot of you out there. I'm looking at one of them that has some bonus bets. They can throw a little skin on it.
Yeah.
Because they were back last night, too. They had the 1 yard on some of them. They had the 1 point on some of them. And it's like, oh, wow, my account's never seen this before. Watch it dissipate.
Yeah, very fast. Yeah, as long as you're not betting Carson Wentz to have a yard, then you'll be okay.
Yeah, well, he might be in Minnesota playing again.
He may be.
Because they're bringing back 9.
Yeah. They are.
Nueve.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy's coming back. But what do you think has the best chance of hitting this week? And I know the odds would say Mahomes rushing, but let's look at the Kelsey anytime or the Chris Jones sack. I mean, the Kelsey anytime at plus 205 is higher than Chris Jones at plus 160.
Yeah, because the lowest we've seen is like plus 105.
I'm just questioning why the number for Kelsey is so high this week. Are they really good against tight ends, or are we just taking the overall defense that Mahomes isn't going to have much time back there, and it's going to have to be more of a rushing approach to go onto this one? But I see that plus 205, and I'm kind of salivating over that number. Because I think, look, you mentioned it earlier, get your stars involved, right? Give it to 4, give it to 87, give it to 15. Let those guys, 95. Those are the big numbers that need to play big for this team to win 5 straight and make it into the postseason, Dusty. And so I would just imagine in my heart of hearts, 87 is going to play big because he sees it starting to get to the end, and he's not going to want to go out like this. And, 15 knows who he can rely on, and it really is 87. There's really nobody else from an offensive standpoint that when push comes to shove, you can say this guy truly relies on somebody. So I just think from here on out, I expect Travis Kelce to have big games and to play big because he is the one guy that Patrick Mahomes truly can rely on in any type of situation.
And also, I think if all three of those hit, you have to think there's a victory in the Kansas City Chiefs side of the stat sheet. Because you have Kelsey scoring, Mahomes would, kind of run the ball and get, big first week. Because we know when he kills teams is when you see Mahomes take off on that 3rd and 14, and it's like, the Jesse Pinkman, he can't keep getting away with this. He gets like a 17-yard rush. And obviously, I think if Chris Jones can get home, that's going to cause some disruptions with C.J. Stroud, who I still do not trust.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. That is the parlay. Again, I'll give it to you one more time. It is Chris Jones to have a sack, anytime sack, obviously. Mahomes rushing 22.5, and Kelsey anytime touchdown. Put it all together, it's plus 1,200. As Spec said, it's spicy, but I kind of like the spice.
I do too. I like it a lot. I think it's a good one. And of all three things, those don't happen, and they end up losing this football game, we're going to be talking about Dave Tobe on Monday, I would imagine.
Well, we're going to talk to Sean Smith on the other side. Get the dump ready, boss. It's next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
BetMGM is now available in Missouri. The wait is over, and BetMGM, of course, I said it, is now available in Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can sign up for BetMGM and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, and BetMGM reward points. Plus, be on the lookout for surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. Sign up now for BetMGM and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if your first bet loses. BetMGM, it's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sign up today. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Calling all holiday bakers, it's time to roll out to Hy-Vee and save some dough this Friday through Sunday. Get the season's hottest deals on dozens of baking essentials like Hy-Vee brand flour, $1.48, cream cheese, $1.28, Hy-Vee brand chocolate chips, $2.48, and butter, just $2.49. Get ready to double those recipes and whip up some holiday magic this Friday through Sunday only at Hy-Vee.
My family and I love seafood. In fact, there isn't a week that goes by where we're not having salmon or shrimp or scallops. And I know that I can count on Hy-Vee for all of my seafood needs. And they're having their annual seafood sale. It's going on right now. So it's time to stock your freezer with the best prices of the year on crab legs, lobster tail, jumbo shrimp, and scallops. Whether you're entertaining at home or want to bring something special to a holiday gathering, don't miss the huge annual crab and seafood sale only at Hy-Vee.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match two for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends, football season is in full swing, and however you like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Missouri. And this season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. So download the app today and use promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit www.nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 18 and over and present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
J. Rieger & Co. Oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 29 southbound slows at North Oak Traffic Way. Stay slowed down towards the interchange with I-35 with a stall on the ramp to go northbound 35. Past that, another brief slowdown at Parvin. Kansas side, 435 eastbound. Things are heavy past Row with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Texans on Sunday with pregame starting at 4. Kickoff at 7:20 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
I love it when they call you Big Papa.
That's right. 9 o'clock on a Friday is when Sean Smith joins us.
Hey, he's horrible. She's hot. We're trash right now.
Always love Fridays with Sean Smith.
I do
He'll
too.
be on the air here shortly with us on Fescoe and Dusty, your home for Kansas City sports, as the Houston Texans come into town on Sunday night. Big game, playoff implications heavily on the line. We saw Dallas kind of fumble their way away last night. Also, bad officiating night again in the NFL. Another one. I don't know what a safety is anymore.
What the hell was that? How was that not a safety?
I don't know what offsides is anymore, apparently.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kadarius Toney, apparently they'll call that.
Right.
And I will say, a little bit here and there. I'm excited to see what the Chiefs look like with their backs against the wall.
Yeah. I am. I think it's time to see them show their true colors. And if their true colors are what we've been seeing, well, that stinks. But if it's not, then let's go. I mean, this is the week. This is the opportunity. This is the moment that you get to show everybody that the first 12 games of this season were not real. And this is where you start to assert yourself. And you do it against a team that, quite honestly, is ahead of you in the standings. And it's a very important game for this organization to go out there and win. And so, they've got everything in front of them still. They just got to go out there and take care of business.
No doubt about it. This is what we call
I
him.
love it when they call you Big Papa.
That's right, Big Papa. Welcome to the show again on a Friday. What do you want to see on Friday night versus the Houston Texans?
I just want to see a W, man. That's all I want to see. There's no excuses. There's nothing. There's nothing to justify after the performance last week. There's nothing to sugarcoat it about, and just say, man, just drop your nuts and play football right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you got to do. And do you think this team has it in them to do it, or do you think they've just reached that point where it's like, here we sit, man, and there's no getting out of this?
Hey, I got faith. All right, I live by my faith, and I still got faith, and I'm not a fair weather fan. I still think we got an opportunity. The percentages, we got a 50-50 chance to still make it to the playoffs. I think we do it. I think we went out and just get hot. I'm just being honest with you. We're not that bad depleted. Why we're about 80% healthy, I think. I know we lose the rookie at tackle, what's his name, but he's been missing anyway because of other issues. But I just feel we just gotta get ahead. We're so used to playing with a lead that we haven't been playing with a lead. You look back on it, the Denver Broncos is what the Chiefs were the last three, 4 seasons where you know it's a close game and there's 13 seconds left on the clock. Mahomes is going to get it done. Or if we're down, we're going to find a way to win. Now, Denver's winning all those games by 1 point, the games that we used to win last year. Now we're losing those games. So we just have to find a way to overcome that adversity and play with a lead and get up.
Sean, when you look at that game last week against the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of people throw a lot of shade on Trent McDuffie, maybe having a bad game, I'll give him that. But how much of that is to the lack of pressure against the opposing quarterback?
Well, I would say lack of pressure. You got CeeDee Lamb, and you got Pickens.
Yep.
I mean, even though Pickens was getting, I don't know, I could have lined up and played corner, man. I might need to post my little highlight when I was with the Bengals and I had to go, cover a DB real quick on a field goal, botched field goal attempt. Because there's no way I'm letting him get a free release like that every time off the line of scrimmage. I'm jamming him. There's a saying, it's called you jam and reroute the receiver. You'll hear a DB coach, a D coordinator say it all the time. No free releases for the wide receivers. You have to put a hand on them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to throw off the timing. And the 4-man pressure, yeah, we was getting pressure on them. We just wasn't getting the sack. That's typical Chiefs defense this year.
How do we switch that up? How do you start getting those sacks?
How? Being up 14-0.
Yeah.
Just being honest. We're a team that has to play with a lead. You know what I mean? Nothing against Spags. Spags been calling a great defense, great stuff. But Spags is also not the guy out there missing the tackles. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's third and 8, and we tackle a guy. We miss the tackle, and he gets the first down. And the drive keeps going.
Do you have any concern with where the Chiefs' offensive line is going against those monsters on the other side with Houston?
Nah, I mean, it's typical. I mean, we went against Denver. We played against Denver twice. We have to play them twice. They got pass rushers. It's no different. We have Will's he's a good game changer that he could change the game, kind of like Michael Parsons, Rashard Gary, all the Myles Garrett kind of guy. But it's football at the end of the day. We still got to go out there and execute, whether that's throwing us quick screens, Mahomes getting the ball out of his hand quick, us running the ball. I mean, it's a lot of things. Also, we probably got a little inside because we picked up the running back that was there too. So we did that a couple of weeks ago, which is already known because the Chiefs was eyeing this, so they probably were already knowing, scheming with the offense, knowing their calls, and kind of, getting ready for the game.
Sean, is this a game that you're comfortable just sitting in the robe with the Henny and the cigar, or are you going to be a little bit more on the edge of your seat watching this game?
I mean, to be honest with you, the Chiefs have had my blood pressure up all season. Thanksgiving, my girlfriend could tell you I was probably mad for a while, just sitting there. I was watching the TV. I didn't want to do nothing. I'm locked into the game. I didn't want to move, nothing. I'm locked into the game because I felt that we should have won the game.
No doubt.
But I think we execute. But the thing is disappointing. I wish we could find a punt returner. I just wish we can.
Yeah. Do you know we haven't returned a kick for a touchdown since before COVID?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That just sucks. I mean, I just think we just gotta get the flying around and just playing Chiefs football. That's what I understand. Everybody keeps saying, is the dynasty going to lose? No, we're still a contender. I had this conversation with one of my clients, LJ Collar. I said, think about it, at the beginning of the season, he plays for the Cardinals. Think about it, at the beginning of the season, everybody starts to say they want to go to the Super Bowl. But when you sit back and think about this, fellas, how many guys in the room really believe that their team is going to the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm. Right. Maybe 5.
How many guys even think, let alone happy to win the games? Like the Jets, for instance, they know they wasn't going to the Super Bowl. They lucky to just be winning the games they're winning.
Right.
So how many guys really do believe that? Because you got guys think, oh, man, this is my contract year. I'm trying to get paid. And I ain't worried about if we go to the Super Bowl or to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get paid.
No doubt. So you got the Chiefs winning this Sunday night?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning this Sunday night, 35-24.
Ooh, all right. I like that.
high-scoring
35-point game for the Chiefs offense would be nice, man. I love that.
Yes, because Houston's okay, but they're not. Houston's a scrappy team. You know what I mean? We got to put them away. We can't let them linger around because they'll find a way to win the game, as you see last week.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sean, if they do win 35-24, I'll take you to my doctor. We'll have a hell of a Saturday. Then we'll get our minds right. Hey, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next Friday, my man.
All right, man.
There you go.
Have a good one, Sean.
It's always good to hear somebody belly laugh.
It is, yes.
That's great. That's great, man. 35-24.
Wow, if they put up 35 points, I mean, I think we'll be talking about Monday. Hey, this offense is back. They did 35 points against the Houston defense, right? If you could put 35 up against the Houston defense, hell, man, that's impressive. If
your
you do
second
that.
highest total of the year.
Yeah, against one of the best, if not the best defenses in the NFL. And if you do that, then everybody else is all of a sudden on watch going, oh, my God, the Chiefs, maybe they are back. They put up 35 points against the Houston Texan defense, man.
You'll enjoy this from your fellow Kansans. Just filled up my gas tank and saw the Press 87 on the Octane selector. Happened right after the parlay segment. I feel good about Fescoe's Kelsey anytime touchdown.
I like it.
It's destiny.
Yeah, it is. Get that 87 Octane. 87, 89, 91. I don't know who the others are.
Diesel.
Yeah, Diesel. My daughter tried to do that to me one time. I just put Diesel in the car, Dad. My wife is telling me, don't fall for it.
Oh, my. We'll get to Jillian Carroll on the other side. We'll talk about everything that is happening today. The World Cup draw is there. Again, do not forget to check out our Instagram page, Rob Britton. After the final draw is complete, he and our guy Scott Parks will be doing an Instagram Live talking about Team USA and the group they're in, plus the teams that are going to be coming to Kansas City. All of that is at 11 o'clock today. I'll be down there as well. We're going to have some fun with it. And we'll get to Jillian Carroll, who will be our roundtable guest, coming up in a little bit here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, it's Brian Baldwin here. Makita knows that pros never settle. Get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. When you shop Makita at the Home Depot, these tools don't just meet expectations, they redefine them. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly designed to deliver precision job after job. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save is now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with Target Circle for 2 days only. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead.
If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This specific promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, or Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-APP. In Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcast.
The epic Yellowstone ranching drama is now a Kansas lottery ticket. Enter drawings for a chance to win a tour of the Yellowstone set or attend a franchise premiere. See kslottery.com for details.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 43.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Diving right back into it here on Fescoe and Dusty. Bob, myself, and Spence.
So I was talking to the boss during the break about this World Cup draw that's going to take place today.
Yeah.
And we're not going to know who's in Kansas City until tomorrow. Oh. And so we'll know the games and the sites and the times and all that kind of stuff. What time do they play? All that. We'll know all of that tomorrow. So today they're just going to announce the groups and who's in each group. And we know that Team USA is in Group D. Spector told me, and because they're the host country, obviously, they know where they're going to be. 2 games in L.A. and 1 game in Seattle for Team USA. And so that's what we know so far about the World Cup, and they're in Group D, and Spector said Group like E, Group F, and Group I or something, whatever it is. They're supposed to be the ones
before
that,
E.
Yeah, that's right. They're the ones
after.
that kind of funnel here, into Kansas City. And so once they announce all the groups, then tomorrow they will announce all the pairings and what cities are getting what teams and, all of that kind of stuff. So that'll be the exciting part tomorrow. So we won't officially know who's coming here to Kansas City today, but we'll know which groups we kind of have that pool from and which teams will be announced tomorrow, obviously, and what time their games are at Kansas City Stadium. Remember, it is no longer Arrowhead Stadium. It is now Kansas City Stadium, as all the World Cup stadiums are named after the city in which they are in.
It is Friday, roundtable time, brought to you by KS Lottery. Get in the game with Chiefs Kingdom Scratch ticket, only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize, $75,000, plus enter game day drawings for a chance to win Chiefs experience. See KSLottery.com. We go to our soccer insider today, Miss Jillian Carroll. Jilly C., how are you on this wonderful Friday morning in the city of Kansas City that is flooded with soccer love?
My guy, Dusty, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's been a long time since we've had a conversation, but I can't think of any better time now than to have one about today and what it means for Kansas City and what does it mean to Jillian Carroll as well, who is so devoted to all this soccer stuff in this city.
Yeah, it's wild. I think back to going to Wiz games at Arrowhead with my dad when I was just a young pup, and then fast forward 2017 when I was with Sporting Kansas City, and the city put together the bid for this World Cup and entered Kansas City as a host city. And now, guys, it's coming. It's here, right?
Mhm.
So today's a huge day, really going to put some things in motion and give our city and the surrounding areas an understanding of which teams could be coming here, which fan bases we should expect and prepare for. Yeah, and it's incredible. It's the biggest sporting event ever, and it's coming to our backyard. So
Yeah.
how could you not be hyped?
Well, and you mentioned 2017. I mean, it's been almost a 10-year process from when all of this started to where we are now to kind of see all of this through. And it's been one hell of a ride to have Kansas City on the national stage. What do you think everybody's biggest takeaway has been so far around the world about Kansas City?
Well, yeah, I mean, you said it, 10 years. Think about the growth that has happened in those 10 years. New stadiums, the women's team is here, trailblazing through that league. The amount of investment that has been put into the youth training facilities around the Kansas City area, it's amazing if you stop and think about it. So I just think the biggest takeaway, to your point, 10 years of growth, and now it's time. So it's time to welcome the world. It's time to show them what we've been doing. Things have been brewing here, and it's really just time to bring the biggest game here to Kansas City and show off a little bit.
One thing that gives me confidence, Jillian, as we talked to Jillian Carroll here on 96.5 The Fan for our roundtable guests, one thing I'm confident in, and we'll get into the Chiefs where I'm not confident, but one thing I'm confident in this city with soccer is that everybody comes out in groves to support whatever it is, especially Team USA. We've seen the live block get packed. We've seen bars open up in early mornings when they were playing the World Cup in South Africa. And then we've seen what the Current have done. We've seen what the stadium has brought. We've seen what people do to gravitate towards soccer. I can't imagine it wouldn't be anything less, if not massively more, when it gets to the World Cup.
Yeah, we have, to your point, attracted national media at our watch parties. Not even the matches, just watch parties where people gather, obviously, at the live block. Those watch parties have been broadcast nationally, and so people around the world already know, okay, the soccer fans in Kansas City are crazy, and they're wild, and they're passionate, and they show up. And so it's going to be exciting just thinking about all the things that will come with the fan fest that's happening, with, small businesses around town. They're going to go big. They're going to welcome those countries that are playing here. And, yeah, it's just going to be a unique situation as far as the gathering. I'm really excited for today. This morning, I'm actually headed to Power and Light as we speak for one of those epic watch parties. We're going to have sporting legend, MLS legend Jimmy Conrad, World Cup legend Matt Beasler. We're going to kind of break down the draw. And this is going to be one of those watch parties that is talked about for years to come, because it is going to be just the historic beginning of the biggest game here in KC. And this is what we do. We don't just wait until the games. We party and we celebrate for every step of the way. So
Yeah.
definitely exciting.
It's going to be awesome. Are there any kind of hopes that we get certain countries to be based here or play here in Kansas City? Are there certain countries? Obviously, Team USA we know is going to be playing in LA and Seattle and whatnot. But are there other countries that we're kind of hoping are based here or playing here?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have to watch the draw today with specific interest in a couple of groups. Group J, E, and F. We know that teams from those groups will play in Kansas City. So watch with interest those specific groups, J, E, and F, whoever lands in those teams will come through KC for matches. Also watch Group K, because whoever wins Group K will come to Kansas City for the quarterfinal match. So when we're watching today, watch those groups and understand that those countries could come. If I'm being selfish, I want Brazil here.
Yeah.
I would love to have them come and just bring that, traditional, amazing football that they bring. And then, of course, the soccer culture that comes with Brazil would be incredible. So if I'm selfish, I'm bringing Brazil.
We can have teams train here but not play here, and teams play here but not train here as well, too, right?
It's a little wild, but you're correct. So there are 3 potential base camps in the area.
Right.
Rock Chalk Park in Lawrence, Compass Mineral, Sporting Kansas City's training facility, and then Kansas City Currents. So all 3 have been visited by teams. I think it kind of got slipped out in the media in the last few days, but England has come through. South Korea has visited. I'm missing a couple guys, but they've visited. They've checked out these sites. And so it is highly likely we will have at least one country base camp here. We could have up to 3. And then to your point, Bob, they may not play any matches here, but they'll still be here.
And that's
kind of
cool. So basically what it is let's say Brazil is based here. All the people from Brazil will come here and hang out, watch their team train or whatever it is. And then if they play in Minnesota or wherever, then everybody goes on the road and goes and watches them. And then they come back here to base camp, right?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Kansas City. We're so centrally located that if the team is here, they know they don't have to fly coast to coast. And when it gets down to this biggest game in the world, these teams are going to take every ounce of advantage they can. So if they can, base camp in a central location to limit those travel experiences, coast-to-coast flights, et cetera, that's definitely an advantage. So I think that's something that teams are looking for when they look at Kansas City.
Jillian, you've been all over the city of Kansas City. If I was coming to watch my country play in Kansas City, where would you take me on a night out?
Oh, that is tough. You got to head downtown. There's just so many fun things down there. But I would also say the River Market, man. There's some solid soccer bars. Have to shout out Strange Days, the Tottenham bar down there. There is a Croatian population over in the KCK side. So depending on which team you're supporting, there's definitely a group for you. But yeah, I would say downtown River Market, you're going to find party after party and wild soccer fans on every corner.
And then one more time before I ask you about the Chiefs, because I know you're passionate about your boys in red playing at Arrowhead on Sunday night. You said the groups we need to watch again for drawings that come to Kansas City are which ones again?
Dude, I'm so sorry. You cut out a little bit. I missed the question. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, what groups do we need to watch today that will be potentially coming to Kansas City?
Okay, I heard Kansas City. Forgive me, guys. I'm so sorry.
What groups do we need to watch, like getting pulled today that will come to Kansas City? Like it was J, it was E, and what else?
Okay, so pay attention to Group J, Group E, and Group F, because those teams will absolutely play here. Then also pay attention to Group K, because whoever wins Group K will play their quarterfinal match at the Kansas City Stadium.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Okay, former Chiefs cheerleader, Jillian Carroll, what's your emotion like so far for this game Sunday night?
I'm so sorry. I am losing you. I'm downtown. I'm not sure if it's the tall buildings. Maybe it's the major crowds that are already coming out.
No worries. No worries.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm losing you.
You're good. We'll let Jillian Carroll go as she gave us some time, but it's time to get packed downtown. That's where she's at.
I mean, when your phone's going out at this day and age,
they're already there.
Then it is a madhouse down there, and it's where everybody wants to be. And so I'm just listening and smiling that do you guys realize we're Kansas City and we've got the World Cup coming here? It's like stuff you dreamed about years and years ago. And, I'll go down memory lane for a second. And I remember when, it was the days of Old Kemper Arena and we all just wanted to find a way to keep the Big 12 basketball tournament in town. Oh my God, we're going to lose it to Oklahoma City or Dallas. And we've got to build this new arena. And there were people that were against the new arena getting built downtown. And we built that. And we were able to save the Big 12 tournament. We're like, wow, that's big. And now we'll get a couple of NCAA tournament games. And that was just the beginning of where we are. And it's taken so many great leaders in this community, obviously Kathy Nelson being at the forefront of everything and having that vision, and Kay Barnes having the vision to revitalize downtown. And then obviously Mayor Sly James doing everything that he's done with the vision of Kansas City. And then you factor in Kathy Nelson, and what she's done with the Sports Commission and how she's taken, an organization that was in a room of a house downtown and created this massive, massive corporation where they're now going out there and they look at the Big 12, and I'm not saying they do, but I look at the Big 12 now, I go, that's a minor event here in Kansas City. We're talking about major events here in Kansas City, and if the stadium thing goes according to plan, like I think it may be going, we may be talking about even bigger events nationally, not obviously World Cup-wise, nationally, that could be coming here to Kansas City. And, I look at Speck, and when he arrived here 13 years ago, like this month or whatever it was, it's like, oh my God, we went from the Big 12 tournament being the biggest thing that we've had to now we're on the stage of the World Cup. And that's just great visionary leadership by all of those people, that I just mentioned that have been doing it in this city and really, battling the state line, battling other things that they got to battle and whatnot. and finding a way to get this stuff done. I don't think that people get enough appreciation for how they've changed the landscape, more particularly Kathy Nelson than just about anybody else in this town.
Once again, thanks to Jillian Carroll for joining us on the round table, brought to you by Kansas Lottery. Get in the game with Chiefs Kingdom scratch tickets only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize is $75,000 plus enter game drawings for a chance to win a Chiefs experience. See KSLottery.com. We talked about it earlier because the analogy I gave you,
and I love this analogy,
is I feel like the World Cup coming to the United States, even more so in the microcosm of coming to Kansas City, kind of feels like when you were a kid and you had that trip to Disney World. Right? Like for me, in my experience, we were told on, Christmas morning, and we were going to have to wait a while until we went. But that was our big Christmas gift, was you guys are going to Disney World. Like, this is where you're going to go. We're going to go to Orlando. And we were super excited. And then we had to wait about 8 months until we went. Right? And as a child, you lose the luster of that trip because you remember being in school, in elementary school, the 6-hour day felt like it took forever.
Oh, yeah.
Now you do 4 hours of radio and it feels like it's done in a minute. But as a kid, you got the trip, the excitement's there, 24 hours, you're talking to your family, like, we're going to go to Disneyland or Disney World, wherever it may be. And then 8 months later, it happens, right? But it's that 8 months that kind of loses its luster. And then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you're like, oh my God, today we're boarding a Southwest flight and we're flying to Orlando. And we're going to go see everything that we've lived up to our lives to watch, from movies to, the pictures and the commercials. And that time is now. And I woke up this morning driving here thinking to myself, imagine what it was like realizing that the World Cup is coming to Kansas City when they drew the cities. And you're like, oh my God, we're going to get it.
When was that? Was that 2 years ago now then they did that?
I'm not really sure, but it fits the point.
Yeah.
Right? But we were excited.
Yeah.
We were happy. We knew it was going to happen. It's happening. But it's going to take some time to get here. And you drive around and you go down Lee Summit and you look at the streets of West Pryor and you see new establishments being built. Hotels will be built. You're going to blink your eyes. You'll be like, I didn't know there was a Marriott on this road on 435 or 470, wherever they're building all these hotels and all these businesses are blowing up. And now, today, it's here. Like, you're getting ready to get going because we are 5 months from June. We're less than 3 weeks from Christmas, and the World Cup will be played here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be insane. And it's like when you stepped out for the first time in Epcot, or when you saw Cinderella's castle, you're like, it's here. This is like what I always thought in my dreams. This is exactly what I thought it would be. And as they have told us from before, the World Cup in your city will bring in upwards of 8 Super Bowls. We were in New Orleans. You've covered many Super Bowls. You've been to Miami. You've been everywhere for a Super Bowl here and there. And you see what the town looks like. That's 1/8 of what we're going to see in Kansas City. And even if you aren't going to go, you're going to see the excitement. We have a guy on the text line that says, I'm Spanish, and my bucket list would be in my life is if Spain drew Kansas City.
Holy cow, how cool would that be?
I mean, that's one of those things where the justification kicks in.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be an arm and a leg and probably a toe and a foot to get a ticket to go to this event, but it's like, at what point do you justify I have to do it? And I would think the text line from somebody who says I'm Spanish and a bucket list item of mine is to see Spain play in a World Cup, kind of like people that are diehard stalkers like Rob Brenton and all those guys that follow the sport so well. This is their Disney World. This is their Disneyland. This is, the moment, and it's finally going to happen.
And the best thing about it is we don't have to pay to get there, and you don't have to pay to stay there. It is going to be a costly ticket to get in, but if you factor in all that other stuff and kind of use it as your summer vacation this year, like we've kind of talked about doing, maybe you use that money and redirect those funds from saying, hey, we're not going to Branson this year, we're not going to New York, or we're not going wherever, and you decide to, no, you and I are, yes, we've already done that.
Which is interesting because we'll go to New York in April.
Yeah.
And the World Cup will be 2 months later, and you're like, it'll be completely different than Kansas City.
Yeah.
Because
it's a bigger city. If Spectre, remember we went for the Super Bowl, and they didn't even really know what was going on in New
no
York?
idea.
and that's what I told Dusty. Dusty's like, oh, we're going to see 2 World Cup cities. We'll be in Kansas City and New York. And I'm like, yeah, in Kansas City, you'll know the World Cup's here. In New York, you probably won't know that the World Cup is. I mean, when we were there for the World Series in 2015, I was standing a mile from Shea Stadium with the stadium in the background asking people about the Mets and Royals, and they had no idea that the World Series was even going on. And so now, obviously, the World Cup is bigger. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, but it's just the difference. Like when you come to Kansas City, you will know that the World Cup is here. There will be billboards. Everybody's going to be talking about it. You go to New York, and it's like another day. It just is. It's a Tuesday, in New York. And that's why I think it's so important for cities.
That is an important topic to cut you off about how important it is for Kansas City.
That's what I was just going to say, how important it is for a city like Kansas City, and why I think it's always important for the smaller cities to be the host cities for these things, because they really embrace it. I'll even take it one step further. When we went to the Big 12 tournament for the first time in Dallas, got in the cab at the airport. The guy goes, "Why are you here?" We're like, "For the Big 12 tournament." He goes, "What's that?" I mean, like, that was our baby in Kansas City. It now moved to Dallas. Nobody even knew what was going on. And so I love the fact that we have Kansas City getting the opportunity to host this, because we will all be involved in this. We will all take pride in this. This whole city of, 2 million people will all look at this event and say, this is ours. We're going to take pride in this and have civic pride in this. You go to Chicago or LA or Mexico City or Toronto maybe, where all of these big events always go on. It's just another Tuesday. But for us, this is what we've been waiting for so long. And that's why I think cities like Kansas City and Nashville and Pittsburgh and some of these smaller towns that don't get on the landscape enough should, because they will embrace this. And I guarantee you, when it's all said and done, people will leave the United States of America and they go, "Oh my God, Kansas City." And we will probably be the most talked about location for the World Cup. I firmly believe that.
Yeah, it's interesting because you had people on the text line saying, "I want Wales to be here so bad. I want the Netherlands to be here so bad." You forget that, we are a melting pot of a country, right?
Yep.
Where there's so many different people that you don't even know that might be, their heritage is Brazilian, right? And Brazil comes here, that's a grab. And I also wonder, how you can incorporate what we normally do for sporting events into what you would do into a World Cup. Imagine what tailgating is going to be like at Arrowhead.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know that you're going to be able to do that.
Is that right?
I think that's all corporate, for lack of a better term, tents and stuff. That's why they have the big transportation plan where you can board all the buses and go out there. I do think that's the only way that you're really going to be able to get out there to Arrowhead. I think it is going to be very limited when it comes to being able to park out there, and I think you're probably going to have to, trade your firstborn for a parking pass or something like that. So that's where they have all the transportation stuff, kind of all set up. But it's going to be people, I think, more likely that aren't tailgating, that are from out of the world, out of the country. They're coming in here, and so they're just going to do what they normally do. And I mean, I'm just excited to see how the fans act from other countries and what their expectations are and what they do, because it really is. It's not about us per se, I don't think, anyway, guys, for the World Cup. I'm interested to see how all the other fans are going to respond and prepare for the game and get ready for the game to watch their team play here.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you go to Chiefs games, you kind of know. You go to a lot where you're like, hey, it's 11:10. We need to start walking towards the gate.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we have everything on a time schedule.
You're going to go to this thing and be like, let's just go in and just do it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care if the game starts in an hour and a half. I don't care if I'm in, section 333, row 94. I'm going to go in there and I just want to watch the warm-ups. I want to watch the pregame stuff. I want to see what the World Cup is. I don't give a rip if it's Peru versus the Coast of Ivory. Right? It just doesn't matter because it is that. And it's kind of like you're going to see, from a smaller perspective, what it's like when the NFL goes to London or when the NFL goes to Sao Paulo. They don't care if it's the Chiefs and Chargers. They don't know who Justin Herbert is. They don't know who Keenan Allen is or Xavier Worthy or Rashee Rice. They just want to go because it's something foreign that's electric. And it's the same thing here where it's like, I don't care if it was, like I said, Peru versus, whoever. I want to go because I want to see what that's like because I've never seen it. I've never been a part of it. And by God, I want to be there for it.
It's a bucket list item.
Even if it is just driving down I-70 and looking to my left and seeing what a World Cup event looks like, I can see it with my naked eye right across my window and say, that's the biggest event in the world right now, and I'm driving by it.
Yeah, and I hate to be the bearer of the bad news on the no tailgating and stuff like that, but I mean, they're owning all the parking lots, and you're going to be buying your beer from the world from FIFA, man. Like, they're going to squeeze every nickel out of this. And I know people are going to be upset and say it's unaffordable and all that kind of stuff, but you know what? This is the World Cup, and yes, it probably is. That's why I say you redirect your funds this year. Cancel the vacation this year.
Right.
You don't need to go somewhere this year. Stay here save the money on the travel, and go to a World Cup game and invest the money in that. And that'll be a memory that you have for your entire lifetime, because you're probably never going to get the opportunity to do that again from a man's standpoint. Female standpoint, we may get it again in 2031. I think we should get it in 2031. Obviously, we have the only women's soccer stadium. That should count for something, right? But it all depends on how we host the World Cup this time. If we do an unbelievable job, we will definitely get the women's World Cup when it comes in 2031.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, reminder, it is going to be expensive, but think about, let's just say Germany gets housed here, right?
Yeah.
German nationals are going to live in Kansas City for a month. That is not cheap, right? When you talk about housing, rental car, all that stuff. So you're not competing with like someone in Leawood or someone in Lee Summit for your Chiefs tickets. You are literally competing with
the world,
multiple countries for tickets, for parking, for restaurant reservations. So it's a great thing, but just you have to keep in mind you're not competing with Kansas City.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. You have restaurant reservations. I never like going out to dinner. It's going to be insane with a lot of people. Are you renting your house out to the German nationals? Or?
I've looked into it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have. Has your HOA?
No, they don't.
I just acquired a cousin. How do you say crapper's full in Spanish? He's like
El Baño.
Las Pistola.
Yeah. Somebody has an idea. Why don't you just sell out Coffin and play the game on the Jumbotron?
I wonder
can't do it.
You've already tried that?
No,
Are you speaking from past?
No, I
he knows.
I just know.
Okay. Yeah, probably some FIFA thing there as well.
And then people want to know where we can get live reactions.
Well, Kaufman won't be there. Oh, 26. That's bad. I was thinking 31. Yeah.
Somebody says, where can we get all this announcements? So right here on 96.5 The Fan all
That's
day
right.
long,
Yeah.
baby. 10 to 2.
You got to remember also, FIFA is like the mafia.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They control everything. It's worse than the
You
NFL.
mean to tell me the drawing's rigged?
Yep.
You race Kevin O'Shea down Cherry Hill. Coming up next, we get to our Richards of the Week on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, my friends over at West Shore Home are saying, hey, call us now. In fact, go to our website and book your appointment now for the upgrades that you need at your home. And we all need upgrades at our home, right? Whether it's a new door, whether it's new windows, maybe it's a new flooring project, or your bathroom, West Shore Home has you covered. You're thinking, I don't know if I need new windows. Well, here's how you know. Walk by your window. Did you feel that breeze walking through the window there? Yeah, it's time for new windows. If you can feel the air blowing in, especially this time of the year, it's time to call West Shore Home and get those new windows in. And if you've been putting off your project, the team at West Shore Home is perfect for you. They've helped hundreds of thousands of homeowners, and right now they're extending their Black Friday sale until Saturday so you can get your project started and save big. Free installation on all projects, plus lock in an extra $500 off when you schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan. That's westshorehome.com/fan. Don't miss out with West Shore Home.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
It's time for Cyber Monday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy the lowest prices of the year on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This specific promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, or Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-APP. In Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
This is Gene at House of Diamonds. No paint-by-number custom jewelry, no bogus sales and financing offers, and absolutely no lab diamond ripoffs. Everything at House of Diamonds is real. House of Diamonds on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
Final segment here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. We'll get you to our predictions as well. Our score predictions, that is, for Sunday night's game. How about our guy Justin Reed on the morning football show on NFL Network?
Doing his thing, man. He's got a future in this business when it's all said and done.
If that's not foreshadowing.
Yeah, right?
Quick shout out, all the thanks to the guest today. Very loaded show. Go back to the podcast, check it out. You'll find out when Mac had the runs. But we had we had a fun show, man. It was great. It was Ron Hughley lit the stage up for all you doubters like me. We had Jillian Carroll giving us plenty of insight on the World Cup. JEK's
winner and I or something. No, there's no S.
Oh, there's no
JEF and K, I
Sure.
think is what it is.
Just be sure to be tuning in to 96.5 The Fan all day. As
I
Cody
think
and Gold.
Jeff K, I'll remember it by JEFK. Jeff K.
K is whoever wins Group K is coming to here for the quarterfinal.
Right. They'll play in Kansas City Stadium.
Oh, no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Are people mad that's now called Kansas City Stadium? Are we hearing that from the text line?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to go. Okay, well, you're going to Kansas City Stadium to watch the games, right? You get one from the 660 who said he wouldn't spend money on soccer.
Yeah, going to a soccer game isn't a memory I need to spend money for.
Well, that's good. That's you. You do you, man.
One less person to compete with ticket prices for.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Enjoy those mutter races in Orangeburg on a Saturday night then. Those are entertaining. Actually, they are.
The what races?
I don't know, like dirt track
Oh,
races?
the dirt track races,
You want
yeah.
to talk about people watching.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yeah. I've done the dirt track before out there, and not off of I-70 when it was open back in the day.
Oh, yeah, dude. Right down the left-hand side if you're going east.
That's exactly
you better
right.
believe it. It's on the way to Orangeburg if you take I-70. Some people take 13 highway. That's the fun way.
Oh.
Or 50. Went there for too many years.
All roads lead to Warrensburg, Dusty.
Everybody goes to school for 5 years, Richard. Yeah, they become doctors. Let's get into the Richard of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That's right, Bob. Take it away.
All right, I am going to go this week, and it's not the airline industry this week.
Wow.
Shocker. This does come from the restaurant industry, though.
Well, how much
and
time
I
do
find
you
this
have?
story at Bro Bible, and the headline is, "Nah, the waiter just didn't want to cover that. Florida couple looks at their date night bill. Then they realize they were charged for a table that dined and dashed. A couple in Fort Lauderdale went on a date to Sparrow, an upscale restaurant and cocktail bar. However, they believe their server tried to sneakily add charges from a table that walked out on their bill to the check. So they get their check, they look at it, it's like double of what it should be. We don't really look at the bills sometimes. We just pay and then go put in the tip, she said. But for whatever reason, we noticed and looked at the recommended tip was almost double of what they expected. So she said they looked at the bill, they double-checked the receipt, and they were shocked when they realized another table's bill was tacked on to theirs. He says something to the waitress, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Someone left. They didn't pay their bill, so the computer accidentally joined the two tables, she recounts. No, you're trying to be slick. So the server, apparently in this restaurant, probably has to pick up the difference if somebody storms out, tried to pass that along to an unsuspecting customer at the next table, blame the computer for something like that. The Richards are the people that did dine and dash, but even bigger Richard is that server for trying to put that bill onto somebody else's. That's a Richard move. What would you have done? Because you've been in that industry before.
Chase him out the door.
Would you?
I have multiple times. Because in our industry, there's two slips, right? Customer copy, merchant copy. When we were serving, a lot of times people would take the wrong copy and we couldn't see it. And every once in a while, you could like put it up to the light, and you could see the pin outline, but got to be accurate. Got to be. You don't want somebody calling through. I didn't tip $31. I tipped $27. What the hell?
Yeah.
Right. But sometimes they take the wrong receipt and they've just left. You know, you don't like sprint after them, but you say, hey, sir, excuse me, I think you took the wrong copy. And it's more often than not, 99.9% of the time, oh, my bad, pulls out the Costanza wallet, brings out the receipt, says, here you go. I'm sorry. Do you have the other one? Yes, right here. There you go. Thank you very much. Very rarely will you have somebody call the next day, which this was one of the greatest times of my life at Jack Stack, was we had a guy come in on Monday who had dined in on Friday and took the wrong slip. Came back in, says, I feel like an idiot. I had this all weekend, felt bad. Want to make sure you guys still get this. And it was a $100 tip on a tab.
Wow.
So he was a nice guy for doing that. Maybe he kind of changed it for the happenstance of what had happened, but in hindsight, it worked out pretty well. Your Rich of the Week could be Kevin McAllister. On Christmas Day, Kevin had the opportunity to invite a homeless pigeon lady covered in bird poop to his penthouse suite. But what did he do? Slip her a $100 bill, offer a hot shower? No. He gave her a turtle dove and called it a day. That comes from Shooter McGavin on X. My Richard of the Week comes from TMZ's Rage Bait. I know they could be a candidate every single week. They come out with this article this week, and they absolutely click Rage Baited the entire city of Kansas City. The title of the article was, Travis Kelce refuses to have Taylor Swift music play at Arrowhead.
Right.
What? That's her fiance. Why would that ever happen? And then you read the article, and you find out who Travis Kelce really is as a man, a teammate, and a future husband.
Right.
He says, we never played Taylor Swift music ever before, right? And this is all when Mark Donovan was on Kay Adams Up and Adams show. And he says they never played it before, and if they play it, it's because of the situation that I'm currently in outside of the stadium. Well, when I step on the field, it's about my boys and my team and the game. It's not about my personal life. It's not about my fiance. It's about the game. What a guy, right? And that's not saying, like, I don't want to play like Russ Wilson didn't want what's his name that was with Sierra before.
Oh,
to play
That's
Future
right,
in the locker room because he was jealous and envious of whatever because they had a kid together. And it's like, this is my wife now, not the one I was with on draft day. But again, this was one of those things where like TMZ's trying to get people, because I bet about 50% of the people quote tweeted and said, what a D. You know, what a,
without reading the article.
He's arrogant. It's all about no one can share my stuff. And it's like, no, it's because before, I mean, they've been playing Ram Jam. They've been playing Ball with the Ball. They've been playing the old classic hits since I was a kid.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Taylor Swift's music is not Arrowhead music.
Right. And I mean, like, I guess you could play Shake It Off or whatever, but I mean, still, they don't do it out of request, and they don't put her on the Jumbotron out of request.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about them on the game day. It's about the team. It's about Sunday night, Houston versus Kansas City. Will Travis Kelce get any time touchdown at plus 205? It's about the game. And I just hate when TMZ's always trying to do these sort of things. And so for that, this week, they get my Richard of the Week.
And it's not just TMZ, though. It's everybody out there with the rage bait type of headlines really the fake, if you will, pushing the limit headlines, where if you just read the headline and don't click on the story, I've stopped just clicking on all of them because most of them are AI-generated stories with a bunch of errors in them anyway. So I'm not really interested. But I did see that headline this week, and I was like, I'm refusing to click on this because I know what it is. Travis didn't tell anybody anything. It's what's going on at Arrowhead. That's the theme. That's their music. And Taylor just doesn't fit it right now.
It's just kind of funny how everybody's like, they shove it down our throats, and the people that could be shoving it down your throats are absolutely not shoving it down.
That's
your
right.
throats.
Yeah, nobody's shoving anything
Right.
down you. There's been no talk of Taylor this year, and they weren't ever shoving it down our throats. If you were one of those folks that thought they were shoving it down your throat, that's a you issue.
They were just tickling their tonsils.
That's exactly what they were doing with their. What was it?
Do you have your tonsils?
Yep.
So everybody has their tonsils. Alex does. Cody does. Drew does. You do. I do. Spec does. Mac does. It's an outdated thing.
Was tonsil surgery one of those things that your parents used to scare you with?
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
Your shoes were untied on the escalator.
Yeah.
I think it was the other way around. It was the thing that doctors scared our parents with. Oh, it's a second sore throat in 2 years. You might want to get those tonsils removed.
Oh yeah,
and here's your bill.
Yeah, that's exactly. Was that the first like fake surgery that they were selling to people like they do now with everything? You're going to need this. Do I? Or are you just trying to sell me something here? Do I really need that nose job, or do I just need my septum figured out? Right. Well, while you're here, we got you in. It's like you're taking your car to the shop. Well, while we're under here, your Johnson rod seems a little rusty.
2 for $1.
Yeah. You need some blinker fluid.
We'll get to our predictions right now, and our score game predictions are brought to you by Bet365. The gateway to big wins is now here in Missouri with Bet365. What do you got, Bob? 35-0? Did Ron bring you around?
No, I got 21-18 still. I still think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the Chiefs win this one 21-18, and God love them, they better win because, as my wife said to me the other day, if they lose, they're 6-7. I'm like, oh, no.
Okay. I have it at 21-18 Houston.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my gut tells me. Maybe I'm wrong. Spec, you got a score prediction for us?
17-14 Chiefs.
Okay.
All right. Look at you picking the Chiefs this week. That scares the hell out of me.
Should. I haven't won a bet in
No,
this month.
did you not take Dallas plus 3.5 on Thanksgiving?
In my picks league, I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I don't bet on Chiefs games.
Oh. Don't want to be all miscombobulated.
Yeah, I
in
don't want
mind?
the Chiefs to win, but not to cover. So I only do props for Chiefs games, but I never bet on Chiefs games.
Okay.
That's smart. You never want to really bet on the team that you like the most. My dad used to tell me that when he was running the illegal gambling pools at work. Is like, I never pick the Giants. I always want to bet with my heart, not my head.
So you have 21-18 Chiefs.
Yeah.
Spec has 17-14 Chiefs in the ass in the room. Myself, Dusty Likens has 21-18 Houston.
Mm-hmm. And Mac has them winning like 20-17 or something like that, too. Very low-scoring games from everybody. Now, Sean Smith had him put him up 35 points. If this offense puts up 35 points against this team this week from a defensive standpoint, then we got a different conversation on Monday. Like, all right, let's go. But it's just about getting a win, man, whether it's 20-19 or 3-2. I don't care how you do it. Just effing win this weekend. That's all that it's about.
No doubt. Enjoy the day today, Kansas City. It's a big one for your city that you call home with the World Cup drawing at the Power and Light District. I'll be down there with Kramer. I'll join Cody and Gold a little bit later. But as always, those were our predictions, and it's brought to you by Bet365. The gateway to big wins is now here in Missouri with Bet365. Those were the predictions. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe. Have fun today. Coming up next, Cody Gold and Drew from 10 to 2.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
The epic Yellowstone ranching drama is now a Kansas lottery ticket. Enter drawings for a chance to win a tour of the Yellowstone set or attend a franchise premiere. See kslottery.com for details.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're planning to propose this holiday, we're ready to make creating your engagement ring a warm, welcoming experience. At Shane Company, we're all about your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Explore the widest selection of diamonds and ring settings ready for you to see in person, or visit us at shaneco.com. You'll have your ring in days, not weeks. Our friendly jewelry consultants don't work on commission. There's never any pressure, just perfect proposals. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
Right now, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get 500 points for logging into their Lowe's app for the first time. Download the app and take advantage of all your pro benefits today. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login pro organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
96.5 The Fan and the Kansas Lottery are giving you a shot at fourth quarter fortune with the chance to score a game day tailgate bundle and a $100 holiday instant ticket. Go to 965thefan.com for your chance to win. Must be 18 or older to enter.
What's up, KC? It's Isaiah Pacheco. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Kling on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Hit it now.